Busters with Liz, Danny, Brando, and Todd.
Hey, kid!
Welcome to Ball Busters, a show for fans by fans, from who's hot to who's not. But what's on the menu for the tailgate and everything in between. I'm your host, Brando, and with me tonight, special guest, Markier, the Bad Habit, to tell us the future of the Nets. We got Big T, more than a little odd over here.
Here I am.
Tell us about useless shit. And we got Owen, the no nicknames, currently Owen.
Yeah, thank you. Thank you for having me back again. I was the fill-in porn star last week, and
That's right.
I had a big seat to fill, but, well, you're a lot smaller in person. But
And the real porn star is here tonight. Liz Taylor.
What up?
Former. And our mustard princess, Dirt McCoy. He loves that.
What's going on?
All right, guys. We got a great show tonight. What have you guys been up to? How's life? How's your ankle, Liz? You look like you've been hobbling around.
What happened?
Yes. I went, met up with my family from Georgia, and first time I saw my little brother in like 4 years. He's 16 now. We went to, what was it? Rainbow River?
Rainbow River is, yep.
Yeah, it was like an hour and a half away.
that's awesome.
And I twisted my ankle, trying to pee in the river.
It's a great Florida story.
So you broke the first rule.
What, you don't pee in the river?
Try not to.
Well, we were drinking.
Why?
I'm not going to pee in the kayak.
Well, that's true too. But you can always go to shore. You're
Some rough water.
close enough to
No,
walk.
because on each side, it's just like nothing but trees. Like it's very, very hard to find a place to like pull off on the side. And there was gators.
Where were you?
Damn.
Rainbow River.
Where'd you put in?
KP hole.
KPA hole or something
Yeah,
like that? Yep. So did you all get those little floats and all link arms and float down the whole river, or did you
No.
just do kayaks?
We did,
Okay.
yeah, we did kayaks. And then we went to the end. It was like 3 miles, and we ate at what was it called? Swampies.
Okay.
Yeah.
I love that river. It is amazing. If you guys haven't been there, I mean, it's crystal clear. You can see
It
everything.
really is.
You can put a cup down there, drink it. I mean, that's how clean it is. I mean, there's a billion, I don't know if the number's right, but 1 billion gallons of water coming out of that hole.
Aquifer, yeah.
And it's
For
just,
spring.
a-
Yeah, it's beautiful.
dude, and where that Rainbow River hits the actual, I guess, dirty water river, I mean, you can see the
Yeah,
change from
brackish.
clear
Yep.
to like you can't see anything. So it's freaking
Oh,
awesome.
wow.
What's that one place? The Devil's Den?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's near there.
That's,
Yeah.
that's north of Gainesville. I
That's
think.
one of the places I've been wanting to go check out.
Yeah.
Private property now. So you
well,
have to,
yeah, you have to pay like $50 or $70
You talking
to
about
do it.
There.
Devil's Den is private now?
Yep,
Wow.
yep.
Okay.
Some people bought it and they're like, hey, you have to pay us.
That place looks really cool.
Just so
Well, from the picture,
that's another one of
Yeah.
Owen's things. Owen's was it Charlie Carlson? Was a good friend of yours?
Yeah.
The guy that wrote all the weird Florida books
Oh, yeah.
was a friend of Owen's also. He was a
Oh,
frequent guest on his show and everything.
Yeah.
Florida man.
Yeah, he was
Florida.
a good buddy. So rest in peace, Charlie, wherever you are.
What podcast are you on, Owen? Or what?
I'm currently on Ball Busters with Liz Taylor.
Oh, that's great.
But personally, I haven't done anything for like a year and a half.
Okay.
I've been going through some stuff.
Did you sprain your ankle? Because the way Liz hobbled here today, I wasn't sure she was going to make it. An ankle sprain could drop a podcaster. We're not the most athletics. I mean, Markier over here looks like he could actually be athletic, but
Easy.
I'm in shape.
I got a pickleball championship here.
I beat my brother. No, actually, my brother was on my team. We played 2-on-2 basketball. It was my
Shit.
stepdad and then my little brother's best friend, and then it was me and my little brother. And
how
it
was
was
your
like
little brother?
it was a $200 bet, first to 11. But you know, when you don't make it, you got to take it back.
Yep.
One hoop.
Did
And
you
we
dunk
en-
on a motherfucker?
I can't dunk.
So
Oh,
you
man.
weren't playing rims?
I
I
don't
mean, if it hit
want
the rim,
rims.
you had to take it back. If it was an
Yeah, I
air
play
ball,
rims with my girlfriend. I don't know.
Oh, yeah.
I just
What kind
figured
of
with your
rims are you
collection of
talking
Jordans.
about?
I just figured with your collection of Jordans, it would be like when Steve Urkel played basketball on Family Matters. It was like he was a nerd, then all of a sudden he gets a basketball, and he's like
Stefan.
yeah.
Yeah.
No, I got my $200. We won.
All right.
Nice.
Seems like there might have been a side bet there. was like, I need this $200 for my prom. For my prom dress. Playing dad and your brother, like, all right, we're gonna make it tough. But I still get
No
you.
fouls.
That's fun though.
It's great.
It's
I need
fun.
to because I
Aw.
fell playing basketball.
How many days away are we from the NFL draft?
Close. It's this month, end of the month, 28th
I
or
think so.
something like that.
The schedule should be out like coming this week. I think the schedule's going to be out.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, all right, guys, we got a lot of news this week, and I think we should just jump right into these headlines. And we got a lot to talk about, a lot of fun stuff going on, some not fun stuff, but we got to talk about it.
We'll make it fun.
We're gonna have a good time.
It's worth the conversation.
We got Mark here to tell us about the Nets. We got Todd to tell us about rim jobs.
All right.
I think the Nets and rim jobs go together.
Guess we can talk about
Yeah, all the something that's going to be happening in that.
Here's Brando with This Week in the Headlines.
All right, guys, we got a lot of news to talk about today. I'm just going to run through these lines real quick, and then we're going to get into some of these stories. Liverpool loses again. The Nugs are nugging. The Suns are sunning, but are the Nets running? Deshaun Watson, can he wank his way out of this plummeting stock? 29-year-old Winter Haven baseball player survives butt cancer. Lads who meet your dads. And that's obviously, guys, the Augusta
Yeah.
Masters. Because if anybody's gonna take your girl out on a date, it's a golfer. Golfers are the guys that meet your dad and impress him.
I don't know about that.
All right, and then former NFL player shoots heart for science. 6 things you need to know about CTE.
All right.
Yeah, guys.
Do we get to pick which one we want to hear first? 'Cause
Let's start with the first.
I'm all in for the
That-
butt
That
cancer.
might be the order.
butt cancer. I want to start off at the top right there.
Yeah. All right.
Ouch.
What is CTE? Let's start.
Well, not that
No,
one.
Liverpool.
All right,
That was the last one, right?
Oh,
Liverpool is
Liverpool.
what I was talking
That's
about.
the bottom.
Because they won Saturday.
Yeah, Liz
Yeah, we
doesn't like
lost
that.
against Real Madrid though.
Well, that's out of league though.
Well, you didn't say in league. You
You
just said
didn't.
Liverpool
You
lost.
didn't. Well, it changes everything because if it's
Yeah.
in league, you're going to play all your guys so you can get back in the
Salah
top 4.
played. He's the only one who scored.
Yeah.
It's
but
3-1.
But in UEFA, when you know you're not going to win it anyways, you're going to save your stuff to try and go for EPL. But it sounds like they played Salah, so they probably went all for it anyway. So good for them. Losers.
Damn. Is that all the news? Soccer news there is?
I mean,
It is soccer.
The new concussion rule
Well,
in the MLS
Oh,
and
right, right.
NWSL. If you get a concussion and you obviously have to be subbed out, it doesn't go against your substitutions. That's
I
pretty
got
cool.
you. That's,
Yeah, because you only get 3 subs per game, right?
Yep.
well,
So
that'll
if it's
depend.
concussion protocol, they give you an extra sub.
Well,
It doesn't even count as a sub.
Okay.
It depends, though. I mean, it depends on what you're playing. If it's a friendly, you have different amount of subs usually. But if it's actually a league game,
Like a real game.
Yeah.
Yeah.
well, last year, I mean, with the pandemic going on, they were getting like 5 subs. They were getting a lot of extra subs last year. But this year,
Speaking of subs, did you guys hear about Deshaun Watson?
Oh man.
He's got it.
who went down on his sub?
He I don't know. That's the question.
Doesn't he own a sub shop or something
He
like
owns
that?
a sub shop in Detroit. That's what I was referring to. To leave it to Todd to take it to the most childish level possible. But yeah, he owns a sub shop. We're talking about sandwiches here, guys. Let's not get farty with it.
Well,
I know.
somebody was touching that sub.
do they wrap them in towels?
Yeah, they come in towels.
There are a lot of red lights
With
around the windows.
macaroni. Who doesn't? I mean, it's macaroni. Come on, he's put it on a sandwich. Way to
He
go.
has some pretty terrible names for sandwiches there too.
What one was like the Lefty, or that's the
Yeah.
name of the shop, Lefties.
Yeah, it's
Lefties.
lefties, but they're all like
That's a good sub job name, though. Actually,
they're not very creative names though.
Like, what are the names?
I can't
Like,
remember,
what's
but I
one
heard
name?
one of them's
I'll
just
have
like
to
the Deshaun Watson, and it's
Oh,
got
so it's just very basic.
it's got macaroni and cheese on it.
it has lube as
That actually sounds
as a
pretty
condiment.
badass, actually.
I love anything with macaroni and cheese.
I
on
need
it.
I need a sub with macaroni.
Plain
and cheese on
macaroni
it.
and cheese is disgusting, but
You guys are funny.
right?
Oh,
No,
come
that
on.
would
no.
make the bread soggy. That's gross.
That's not.
It's not kosher.
Well,
Toast the bread.
it depends though, because
No,
you go
that's
for like
true. That's true.
you ever eat at Cappy's?
Yeah,
Oh,
They
yeah.
have nice juicy bread, nice
They
wet
do.
bread.
Yeah.
That is
Mhm.
pretty good.
Hmm.
That's good.
ducks
They
like that
don't-
wet
they-
bread.
They don't serve macaroni on it, though.
No, they don't have macaroni at Cappy's. No, sir. But yeah, you guys think that? What do you think Deshaun Watson's worth now? His stock is plummeting right around the time of this trade. His demand of a trade, and there's 21 allegations or so right now, maybe 30. I don't even know.
And
There's
counting.
a lot. There's a lot.
Yeah, but what about all the girls?
Came out for him.
Yeah, they were saying no, he's like a respectable guy.
Mhm.
Like I don't.
And these are professionals.
But I mean, this
Ron
is gonna-
Jeremy was nice to me.
What are we doing? Like, this is.
I don't
gonna-
think Ron Jeremy would try to fuck you though.
I don't know.
Well, comparing Deshaun
the jury's
Watson
still out on that.
to Ron Jeremy is a big stretch, but I mean, it's in terms of who this guy is, his character, where he's been, his track record, looks really good. Looks like a clean guy. As we were talking about earlier, the NFL hasn't done anything yet, right? I mean, where's their part in this?
Bill
Like,
Cosby. Bill Cosby was America's dad.
Well,
Stop comparing
yeah, I
Deshaun
know,
Watson
but
to all
you're-
these other people that have already been convicted,
you're
though.
But I'm
Harvey
saying
Weinstein
it's the
directed
same
a lot of
thing.
movies.
Yeah, a lot of people say these guys are great people. You can't discount people.
Well,
you know?
what I was going to
But
say,
he has a track record.
what I'm curious about is, are there any physical trainers from Clemson that are making this claim?
I don't think so. I mean,
That's kind of thing. I would like to see a history with this, because you just don't start something like that.
Yeah, you're not just
right.
crazy.
Right.
Like,
I mean,
you're
so
just-
I still give people benefit of a doubt on things of this.
And he's young.
proven-
It's not like he
once-
needs to do this to girls. Like he's gonna pay
Right.
them to shut up.
Well, anywho, it
Harvey
doesn't.
Weinstein would make Deshaun Watson look homeless with his money, and he did it. So I mean, it's not about they don't have to do these things.
I think
mean,
that's some elite club that Deshaun Watson's not even part of, though.
Yeah, that's-
right. But that's what I'm saying, though, is that we got to stop saying that the girls who are accusing, there's got to be some conspiracy.
No,
you
I'll-
can't get into that. That's just
Well,
you can't do that.
But you can't just convict somebody.
Right.
You can't.
But
No,
no,
you have his day in court, so you wait for
Proven,
that.
I know, but
20
proven till
20 women came out professionals. Now, you guys
Innocent until proven
keep
guilty.
in mind,
Yes.
these are professional people that see all kinds of athletes, and they are great judges of character. These are professional athletic trainers saying this guy is a good person. Like, they've come out, they've given their names before anybody else. None of that is being talked about on the news. So don't say
It's
that.
always the bad.
Let's not make this look like the side that is getting its voice is the side of, wait, maybe
I'm not
Deshaun
saying
Watson
that.
is a good guy. When you compare him to Weinstein, Cosby, Ron Jeremy, I mean, you're really, I think, making a huge leap, because there's nothing to say that he's actually done this. But I'm not saying don't consider the fact that he could be a bad guy.
Here's the thing.
He could be.
I'm just saying that this shouldn't even be a topic of conversation until there is a day in court, because everybody talked about Mike Vick constantly when he got indicted, and he didn't have his day in court. But the thing is, if you're going to say that maybe these girls are lying, you got to also say maybe they're not.
Nope, we're
Yeah,
responding.
we're not saying that.
We're
just,
the opposite voice of what's being talked about. So we're
Well, that's okay. I get
So-
that.
So
I get that.
just came out of the kitchen,
Yeah.
what were you cooking?
and I have my tinfoil hat on.
right.
I'm with him. I know what's going on.
Therefore, I mean, Brando mentioned earlier, he's had a very squeaky clean start of his career. He's actually, me as a black guy, I look at him, American guy. He's, you know what I mean?
Yeah, he's all American.
That's
that's
what
his motto.
That's what we want to be.
Yep.
That's what we look up to. He was
Yep.
he was a role model.
Yeah.
A leader.
Yeah. And
Which-
the highest paid.
Which one? And it doesn't even matter which one. How many of these females came out before he decided to ask for a trade? A few weeks ago, my oldest daughter turned 18.
Wow.
Oh wow.
You have an 18-year-old?
God damn.
How old are you?
I'm 41.
Yeah.
You don't even look it. That's crazy.
That's like the fun time in your life.
You
You're
gotta
just out.
smoke a lot of weed and talk a lot of shit.
Yeah. You go to the beach.
the key ingredients
enjoy
to
your
life.
What happened to me then? I mean, I'm your age. I look like 20 years older than you. Black
gotta
don't crack.
fuck a
That's
lot
what
of
it
hoes.
is. That's
Black don't crack.
You gotta fuck a lot of hoes.
Okay, that's my problem. I've been married twice. That'll put the years on you. So
That and Staten Island during Hurricane Sandy. That put the gray on me, guys.
oh, yeah.
I survived Hurricane Sandy living in Staten Island. It was a good time. I mean, we weathered it, but the island got busted up, bro. Busted.
What year?
It's not too long
That
ago.
was like 2011, 2010,
Sandy
2011,
was that long ago?
2012, somewhere in there.
I think you're right. You're right. It
You know,
was a
I
while
know, I
ago.
remember it
Yeah.
'cause I was there, and I moved out because it shut down the whole subway system.
And you came to Florida?
Back to Florida, yeah.
I know,
flooding, right?
Do you think
And more hurricanes, I know.
Do you think they should name the hurricane after it does this thing? Like Sandy doesn't seem like a real powerful storm to screw you up, but
it goes
When
like
it
in
does hit.
alphabetical order.
I know, but I think it would be cooler
His name was Sandy.
to name it
Satan.
to name it after it hit. Like,
They should
oh,
name
man.
it after characters in the Bible.
If it missed, be like
should,
Hurricane
yeah.
almost.
Judas is coming through
Hurricane
strong.
almost.
Hurricane so close.
Hurricane
the ones that
barely.
miss you. Yeah, like you could rename them.
Uncle, I think they should call him like drunk uncle when they like don't make it to the.
Yeah.
When they go all over the place.
Yeah, I don't think drunk uncle's coming over.
Beer goggles win again.
Drunk uncle ain't making this one. He's on a moped out in Miami somewhere.
Uncle Jim.
No, stopped in Miami.
So what was so bad about it for you being there? Just the aftermath or the storm itself?
Yeah, the aftermath. The gas shut down. The very few grocery stores that are prolific through Staten Island were feeling it. The subway system.
Wait, was that the snowstorm?
No, that was Hurricane.
no.
Sandy.
Hurricane.
Yeah, but
Those
I
are
don't know,
called
New York.
blizzards.
She's out of it today too.
Yeah.
She-
But what I was going to say is, do you think New York just
We're
wasn't?
both barely. I don't know how. I'm honestly here right now.
So do you think it affected New York more than it would have affected Florida if it hit Florida? Like New York's not kind of ready
No,
for something like
they're
that,
not.
is it?
No, and that was a beast, and it went right into the canal there, and it actually flooded the entire subway system,
Yeah.
and water was
Cleaned it out.
No, it made it far. Yeah, theoretically that makes sense, but it made it far dirtier because the dampness, as even they brought in teams from all over the country, probably all over the world, to try and clean it, and it was just not cleaning. The mold was just rampant. When you'd go down in there, they're like, "It's clear, it's fine." Dude, you come out of there with a fucking bronchitis,
Yeah.
like
Black mold.
oh, dude,
just hitting
everywhere. And they and then it was waist deep water in fucking Manhattan, like Central
God.
Central Park, and I mean not quite, yeah, all the way up to Central Park actually.
Have they ever had something like that happen up there before?
No,
I mean,
not
with
in
water?
modern history. No,
that's crazy.
I also had the biggest snowstorm in history.
That's what it was
Hit.
in 2012 because I was there. I just got Bandit. That's why I got it confused. And there
Like
was
back to back,
no,
dude.
there was no like gas stations open because you couldn't pump gas. There was a blackout in the city. My vet from California called me and they were like, because I took Bandit, my dog, who's a puppy. I took him to the vet and to get like a fecal sample to see if he had anything wrong with him.
He's a sketchy dog.
And no, she called me back and she was like, "You need to take him to the vet because he has this, blah blah blah." I had to walk 2 miles from I live in California. I don't know nothing about snow.
Right.
Walk 2 miles to take him to the vet and then walk 2 miles back to my hotel.
Good thing was it wasn't like
There was nothing running.
it wasn't like a bulldog or like a Great
Not
Dane that was. I know.
Little Yorkie.
You had like a little
About that big.
heartwarmer you're carrying.
it's
You're like,
funny?
"There's a little portable heating pad. You're awesome."
That was in 2012.
My grandmother, Doña Daisy,
Oh, that's a good name. Brooklyn grandma.
That's a great name.
she had well, they played the song on the podcast, Doña Daisy, a few weeks back.
We've played it since you've been here. I played it as a rejoin, actually.
So she had a dog named Bandit,
Oh, what kind of dog?
Doberman Pinscher.
Damn.
Oh yeah, yeah.
Quite,
You know,
quite the opposite of Bandit.
that
My
joker
bandit.
walked through
No,
the snow. on
he
the
was
snow.
he was a bandit.
Yeah. Oh yeah,
It's
most
a
of them
savage.
are. Most of the Dobermans are. I had a Doberman, and one day my grandma just said, "We're going to cut his nuts off," and he was never the same after that. But
no.
prior to that, he would jump the gate, standing still, looking at you like, "I'm gone, man."
I'm out of here.
And I'd be like, "Don't do it, dude. Don't do
I
it."
dare you to say something.
And he'd
about
just turn and just jump from standing still, just jump over the fence, man. Boom, big,
no, those
pretty good
dogs-
sized
They're
wooden
big
fence.
dogs.
it. Dobies
Yeah.
are awesome.
There was
They can
one we
get-
used to mess with. You thought the ball would get in the yard. This dog would let you get to your ball, but the second you headed to the fence, he would chase you down.
Oh shit!
You're like, "Oh, all right.
Oh,
I think I
shit.
can get it." He's just staring at me.
Oh,
Pick
shit.
that joke up. Second you start to run, he'd be on top of you. Like, "Oh man,
Give me
had-
that ball back, boy.
they're big dogs."
I had an aunt Gloria
Uh-huh.
who took after.
I do too.
Do you have a song about Gloria?
No, not
Oh,
yet.
man.
Gloria.
It's cold, bro.
But I should though.
She plays
Because
that
Gloria
nasty-
took after Doña, but
Uh-huh.
she had 2 Dobermans, just like
Okay.
any other cartoon villain.
Damn.
It's like Magnum PI all over again.
Jeez, man. All right.
What was the other?
I have a Gloria, Aunt Gloria. She's a killer at canasta and hand and foot.
Oliver.
What the fuck's that?
Oliver and
Card
Company.
games.
Oh shit.
The
Yeah.
bad guy in Oliver.
Grandma's.
And Company.
Yeah, grandma's and aunts. Yeah.
What was that?
Oliver and Company. Wasn't that like an old book? And
Old cartoon, I think.
The bad guy in Oliver and Company had 2 Dobermans.
Ah.
That
I have a mini Doberman / Chihuahua at home, and he's an annoying little fuck, but I love him.
he's a
so.
ferocious.
Yeah.
It's like having
What's
a
his name?
Jack Russell.
I know.
You know, beagles are the hardest dogs to take care of.
Yeah, their nose is stronger than their ability
Anybody ever
to
had
listen.
a yeah, oh,
Yeah.
God, dude, that's the truth. Anybody ever had a beagle? You ever? I just had friends and family that had them. I never actually.
Same
owned
as me.
Neighbor,
Same as me.
yeah, our neighbor had one.
Those are hunting dogs, right? The
He was
beagles?
sweet.
Well, they're trackers.
Yeah, they're sweet.
His name was Otis.
Oh, they're fucking sweet as shit. But when they run, you're.
They can go for like 40-mile stretches.
Yeah.
We're like, oh man, where'd he go?
But we have no idea.
Yeah.
He might come back.
Somewhere there's an animal up
He's
in a tree,
Deltona.
scared for his life.
My dad had
Yeah,
one.
he's in Deltona.
Yeah.
One of my friends, Jason, had one, and he was housebroken. And we were on the back porch, like, oh, Katie's not going to go anywhere. Went inside, we're sitting there hanging out. We're like, man, where's Katie? Maggie's in here. He's like, oh man, we
The
didn't let
beagle
her in.
named Katie.
Yeah. So it's
I don't like it when people give dogs people names because you
I
can
know
never tell what's
human
going on.
names.
Just give it like a dog name like
Katie,
Snoopy
who-
or
no, but
fucking
it makes like
Bandit.
Snoop Dogg.
It makes
or-
it
Brad
sound-
just shit in the fucking
Yeah,
living room.
yeah.
I know, but it makes
How
it
many-
sound like you actually have friends. You're like, Mr. Sniffle Pants just pooped
Sally
in the kitchen.
cuddled me last night.
Yeah.
I don't think anybody would believe you had friends, Todd. Don't.
I sometimes name some of my animals after like dead relatives and stuff. So I had a
Oh,
Marty.
that's cool. Marty.
And
Okay.
and I just had a friend die. He was from Boston, and I'm going to get a Boston Terrier and name him his
shit.
like last name. So
Name him
Aw.
Chicago.
no.
We're sorry, Owen.
No, hey, that's fine. Hey, people die.
Oh, and I just want to give you the normal go through since we're talking about injuries and things like that right now.
Didn't mean to bring the party down. My bad.
If you happen to get injured on this show,
Yes, sir.
as a podcaster, and as a podcaster, you've been a podcaster for a long time. You've looked like you've held up well. You look like a durable guy.
Sure,
but if you
sure.
should happen to get injured tonight, which we don't want you to, there's no bets being paid out tonight. There's no dildos flying.
All right.
So I think you're safe. But Todd
Not
is our
yet.
resident doctor, so he's the guy going to be taking care of you.
Volunteer.
Volunteer.
Hey, I used to be an EMT.
Oh yeah. What have you ever?
He will
Yeah.
And I
carry you to
helped
the
you.
car if you need
That's right.
to.
I am no longer
Awesome.
one, but I can certainly dial 911 if you need me to.
And you-
So
Could you do it on a rotary phone?
I can.
So Owen and I have a little bit of history at a charity baseball game where I was 9 for 9 and scored roughly 5 runs. Got a base hit every at bat.
You were the star of the show.
MVP.
I think I was MVP. My coach told me 3 times. Dirt's brother Jeff told me 3 times. Fritz, dude, you're done for the day.
Were you wearing those glasses the whole time?
No, dude. He's like, dude, you're done for the day. You sit down. You're tired. Listen to the moral of the story is listen to your coach. But this guy tried to help me out. Owen, you did help me out actually by calling the
So-
paramedics.
Owen looks like you just came out of the dugout, just to say.
No.
You do. You look like a
He
baseball
looks
coach.
like he's ready to argue with you.
Well, Owen was playing on the team actually with us, but the thing was, Brando separated his shoulder trying to be Superman on first. Dislocated his shoulder, and he's laying like between first base and the fence for like
pain.
a half an inning.
I was
like
as
the
pale
game's
as
still
Todd.
going on, and he's still laying there, and he keeps grabbing his shoulder, going, "Nope, I'm gonna be fine. I'm gonna be fine." And finally, Owen was just like,
I nudged him with my foot a little bit, and he yelled. I'm like, dude, you really need to call the ambulance. Somebody. He's like, no, I'm fine. I'm like, no, hey, call the ambulance. He's painful.
I can see the bone.
I slowly started to pass out, and I can remember your face now. Like it took me a little while to bring back that because that was a horrific day for me.
PTSD.
Alcohol's a hell of a drink, isn't it? You start a drink and you just
Sports-
remembered
sports-
you remembered it.
Yeah, I'm still
"This might be
recovering from it.
surprising, but we weren't drinking. We were playing baseball in the heat of
Knowing
Dirt.
Brando,
No, he said
who
he
the
just
fuck knows?
he just remembered.
No, I was
from-
I was ready for it.
Oh, you were sober?
Yeah,
I didn't
Okay.
hydrate well though. I might have had a few beers,
All
but I wasn't drunk. I wasn't drinking whiskey.
I know, but you know
I hydrated.
know what
first.
they say about some drugs? Like you can turn your back a certain way.
Yeah.
And bam, you're right back there.
That
I
drug-
believe that about you.
yeah, I checked all his pockets. He didn't have any drugs on him.
Can I? Well, so if I can explain what
you search
exactly
his
happened
vehicle?
was,
Yes. He was in pain. He wasn't paying attention.
it was a ground ball to the infield, throw to first base. Brando's playing first base. The throw was wide. It was off base. So what Brando did was he jumped, grabbed the ball, and tried to turn around and tag the runner as he was coming by, which is a common thing in baseball when you're in your
This guy-
20s, which we aren't anymore.
Okay.
And so when he tagged the guy,
Right, so
the
that's
guy
what-
was running full speed, and it
That's-
took his arm and just ripped it way back.
That's what I was
So-
getting ready to ask.
Oh, ow.
What how old was your back when you tried that move?
This was 2 years ago.
No, 42-year-old back. God,
But here's the thing though. This was back right after Hurricane whatever it was.
Yeah, the power was still
More
out.
hurricanes.
Yeah, it was September of 2017.
And here's the thing about flooded hospitals,
years.
not flooded with water, but flooded with patients. There were so many accidents related to that hurricane. I don't remember the name of that hurricane, but there were so many accidents related to that hurricane that the hospital beds were full. The emergency room was full, and it took them like 3 hours to get over to me. But my blood pressure was dropping, and they couldn't give me any kind of sedatives or any kind of pain relievers because my blood pressure was dropping so fast. And they couldn't give me water because they were going to have to put me under. The only thing they could put me under on was ketamine. But I'm 220 pounds, so that's a fuckload of ketamine.
That sounds fun.
Isn't that a horse tranquilizer?
Yeah, animal
Yeah.
drink.
Yeah. They've also
think
been
I've heard.
using that for
Depression and PTSD.
So was
There you go.
it?
But I was in a deep K-hole.
Sign
Was
me
it?
up.
Was it
Not by
a-
choice.
Was it a dislocation or was it like a break?
It was a really bad dislocation. It's like the fifth time I
Wow.
buried. But then I got through some rehab and shit, and I mean, and this is something we were talking about earlier with CTE. A lot of the tissue in here had died, but I didn't really figure that out until I went to former I now there's a guy that used to work for the NFL rehabbing people, and the knowledge they have and the science they
Sports
have is
medicine
so
now.
different than your daily doctor,
Yeah.
man.
They
It's
got stem
specialized.
cells. and
Wasn't
all
the
types of
problem
other
in that
shit.
case though is that
Well,
it
not so much
wasn't
that,
just
just
dislocated,
breaking
but
up the dead tissue.
bone had dislocated and was on the outside of the muscle. So wasn't that what
Yeah,
it was? It went on the
it-
outside of the muscle.
So surgically speaking, it was an anterior dislocation. So when you looked at my shoulder, you could see this bone almost popping out of my skin.
I could reset that for you.
This one was a tough one. I've actually put it
Lethal
back in
weapon it?
myself.
Yeah. I remember you
No,
going,
but-
hey, you were doing that and
Yeah, I was
trying to get this
trying.
guy to twist you. And I'm like,
Yeah.
don't do that. Just call it. Come on, man.
But
Don't
Brandon's like,
twist
no,
it.
I could do
I
it.
do it all the time.
Yeah, that's exactly what he
So,
said. I'm
I know.
like, you're
So
not
literally,
doing
your
it.
shoulder
And if I
fell out
would've
of
gone back
socket
into the
and
game.
underneath the shoulder
If I
blade.
could have. Yeah.
Oh man, them are the worst, dude. I know,
Yeah.
not like that, but I cannot.
Yeah, it was a beat.
So-
It was,
How is this the first time I've heard this?
This was all for a child fighting cancer.
yeah.
So
That's
it was yeah. I
It
mean
was
we
worth it.
we raised
Way
a
to bring
lot
it
of
down.
money that day,
And he
but
survived.
He's in remission. Yes.
Boom.
Yes, he's cancer free now.
He's still
It
paying
was
for
not for nothing.
Yeah,
your
Brando.
dislocation.
Good job, Brando.
that. You're a fucking hero, bro.
Way
Yeah.
to donate a
Thanks,
shoulder.
guys.
That's good job.
Ligaments.
Yeah. Appreciate it,
Good
guys.
job.
I got a shoulder you can cry on, but it might dislocate.
You
You
can't
know, we always need people
Yeah.
like you out there at the ballpark
you
giving
can't
it all.
get that stroke
every
off the
play.
same
Yeah.
It makes for fun.
because you're right-handed. You're still right-handed. You got
Yeah.
yeah.
The funny thing about the
No, I'm
game
left-handed.
was
I'm left-handed.
Oh, so you
we
get money.
we all had
Yeah.
decided they're like, oh man, we're gonna do this. So we're not doing softball. It's gonna be hardball. It was actual baseball. And we only had 2 injuries. I mean, it was you and Jacob from Willie Bushman. He
Yeah.
broke his collarbone.
Jacob from Willie Bushman
But the thing about it was that
He's injury prone. though.
broke his collarbone.
very few people on that field were
Charity
okay.
Yeah.
Like I got walked by John Busdecker from Channel 2 News. He almost hit me. And at that point, I was like, he's not throwing strikes. I just let him walk me. And I ended up on first base. And I think it might have been you. You drilled one out in the outfield, and I scored from first base. And
Nice.
when I got to home plate and scored, I thought I was dead. Like I was like,
Yeah.
I'm going to pass away
Yeah.
right now. Like
It was
just
yeah.
running from first base to home plate. Once I got there, I remember
Yeah.
grabbing the fence, and Mandaddy and Pinkman from the Phillips File are actually commentating the game through PA, so everyone can
Yeah.
hear them. And they're
It was great.
you okay? I see his eyes rolling back in his head. I was done.
I think you need to buy a treadmill, buddy.
Oh, it was bad.
Or moral of the story, we're too old now.
Yes, yeah. We're too old to be playing child's
Never.
games. Yeah.
Let's
Never.
just do a podcast.
No doubt.
Good stuff.
Yeah.
Dick.
Yeah, man. So, what do you guys think about this story? Recent story, not something, we're NFL player that is his brain is now being studied by science.
You're talking Philip Adams.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Philip Adams is donating his brain to science. Unfortunately, a big event took place to land him here, but it is
Tragic.
Massacre.
Tragic.
Massacre.
Well, just a tragic event.
very tragic event. And CTE is something that we don't understand, but this is the second guy that shot himself in the heart to keep his brain alive.
Well, they haven't said exactly what happened. All they said was that the brain was intact to study.
Wow.
So he killed himself, but we don't know how he did it because
The family might have donated the brain.
Well, I know, but if a self-inflicted wound, there's only a couple ways you can do that.
Yeah.
You know?
Why wouldn't you do it in the head?
Well, because Junior Seau shot himself in the heart and wrote a letter because he said he did that because he wanted his brain to be studied.
Yeah.
So I don't know. All I'm saying is that, ESPN was breaking news right before we started the show today that the brain is intact to be studied. So I don't know what happened.
Right.
Wow.
Yeah.
So what did you say earlier, Mark? Something about a 75-year-old brain is where the damage had guesstimates.
I wasn't saying him,
Okay.
but
There's
I was
another-
saying
Just CTE.
What's the other gentleman from the Patriots?
Aaron Hernandez.
When I watched the Aaron Hernandez
shit.
documentary,
Okay.
they
He
had
lost it. Like,
they had the doctors talking about when they looked at his brain,
Yeah.
and they said for a man in his 27?
Yeah,
27.
Yeah, he was young.
27, he had the brain of a 75-year-old.
See,
Wow.
I think that there's something in there where like some players they get concussed, but where their scar tissue forms, it might eat a part of the brain that's not so important, you know. And then other players
Listen, Todd.
it comes at a different area and it's attacking a very vital part of your brain because we really use like what 2, maybe less than 10% of our brain. But if you lose the most important parts,
That's not based on your studies. Todd.
Owen had a story
that's
about
true, though.
That's
Well,
Todd's
it's
studies.
It's not just the moment that they kill themselves. There's the whole span of months or maybe years leading up to it of problems where people we just need to do a better job as human beings of recognizing some of these problems, mental health problems, and getting them taken care of and recognized and not looked at a shameful thing. And we just need to do a better job for everybody.
Didn't you say there's a Bucks player that you said?
Yeah,
there was a
Vincent
story-
Jackson.
you
Yeah.
dick.
So, my bad.
No, I had that one. That's all right. That's
All right.
perfect.
Yeah. No, we were talking earlier. Vincent Jackson. I didn't realize this because I've been a little preoccupied earlier this year, but he died in a hotel room.
Not long ago.
Yep, in February, day after Valentine's Day.
I thought it was just after the Super Bowl.
Yep. So he was probably out partying and drinking, and the coroner, he didn't kill himself. The coroner said he died of like alcoholism or something like that. So.
What I read about him was that he had left his family a few weeks before, and he goes on these drinkers.
Yep.
And he was in a hotel room just
Partying.
boozing it up.
Binging. Yeah, he went on a binger.
Yeah, he lost a big part of himself. All athletes go through that. And that has a part to do with what happened here is, you lost something, you're looking to replace it, and you don't have a way to replace it. Sometimes it's easier to make a silly decision. And with having brain injuries, it might be more logical at that point.
Yeah, it might make sense to you at that point.
The creepiest part about that story is Vincent Jackson stayed in that bed dead for a couple days before they figured out he was actually dead. The maids that came in thought, hey, he's just really sleeping it off. And then the next day they came in, they're like, he has not moved at all.
This was right after he won the Super Bowl. Is that right?
Well,
It was very close. It was very close.
Right after the Bucks won, he didn't play anymore. He was retired.
This was this year.
So
Right.
I'm thinking maybe in this current administration that something like this is going to there's going to be some type of investigation or
Well, it'll be interesting if the science,
something's going to be implemented.
the evidence makes it to the light of day, right? It'll be interesting to see if the evidence about his brain is talked about on the news.
Well, like
Does
I said
anybody
with
know what
Seau,
position he played?
With Seau, I think it's
I think he
cornerback.
was
Safety, I think.
a cornerback or a safety.
But like with Seau knew stuff was going on.
6 different teams he played.
He was a super smart person.
Right.
In reality, I mean, he had a long career, and he made a decision without really talking to other people. He's like, you know what? There's something going on up here. We've been talking about this brain problem we've been having.
They
Nobody
say he
wants
played-
to listen.
he
I'll be an
played,
example, and that's kind of the example that's set when.
So he was 32 years old. He played 78 games in 6 seasons.
Wow. Well, I mean, it's so funny because you hear there's different things that happen. Like, so for example, like Chris Benoit, everyone knows the Chris Benoit story, professional wrestler, right? And so all of these guys, like when people start looking back on it, and it's always the same thing. It's like whenever there's like some serial killer or something like that, and people are like, "I don't know, you seem like an ordinary guy." Then when you start thinking about it, they're like, "Oh yeah, but he did." Like, well, with Chris Benoit, the thing was, all the guys who like had come up with him in wrestling, they're like, he was never like a religious guy or anything like that. But then in that last year, he started carrying a Bible everywhere, and he would recite Bible verses constantly. And they're like, okay, well, that makes sense because the part of his brain that was all fucked up was the memory part. So that's what he was doing, is he was trying to memorize shit to try to get that part of his brain working. And if you're memorizing Bible verses, that's not so crazy that people are like, oh man, this guy's spouting, the script of Pulp Fiction 24 hours a day.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean?
Yeah,
and so it makes sense. Or like that makes sense. It was like this guy was like literally losing his mind.
Sorry.
Do they have enough brains yet that they can compare them?
That's what I was gonna get on. Was it's still a young thing in reality.
Yeah, it just happened.
It's really not.
Well, it can only be studied after they're dead. So.
Right, exactly. Right.
So it's still.
We're only recognizing it
and
as a study.
What's
people
the data?
Are blind to
well, it's not so much people are blind. It is, but it's also, is this news going to be talked about? If it's not talked about, people don't know about it.
Yeah.
Well,
right.
There's things that are made, like boxing went from 16
we
to
know
12
about
rounds
because
because
we're investigating.
15
to 12. Then you see Muhammad Ali, you're like, well, boxing does have an effect.
Repeated head hits.
I mean, that's no. Hold on.
It still does. I mean, you see these.
They had that Will Smith movie, like
Concussion. That was about the doctor who discovered it. But Muhammad Ali didn't have any of that. Muhammad Ali had Parkinson's disease.
Yeah.
And that's something you're born with.
Well, I still get that, but
it just doesn't become evident until you mature and your hormone levels start going down, and then it becomes evident. So
what
he
about
had Parkinson's disease.
football? Do they have a bunch of suicides in soccer?
No, because they're not wearing helmets. They don't make head contact.
No.
Yeah.
Whoa.
I see them butt heads a lot.
Yeah, but not as frequently as football players do.
Dirt. I think you're.
They do though
I
get a
think
lot
we
of
just
concussions from butting the head.
She just talked about
And
that.
hitting the balls with their head.
Yeah.
I mean, the soccer balls.
Well, when you go for a header, like two people can go and like.
Yeah, you can.
Just hit it.
And that's with no protection. So I'm just wondering if.
So you're more cautious.
Yeah.
Well, I've seen a study that in
like
Pop
rugby.
Warner Sports, football's number one concussion. Next, number two is female soccer
Okay.
in adolescence. But with that said,
I've had many.
we were just talking about the new rule in the MLS. Where
Right.
if you had a head trauma, now you can be removed a free
And
substitute.
it's not going to go. Yeah, it's not going to go against you.
Not going to go against you. But before, that was so detrimental that you wouldn't waste a substitute on that guy until you watched him stumble around for 10 more minutes.
Mhm.
And then you're like, all right, he's really not worth being on the field.
That's
He
the
looks
thing.
a little dizzy.
Yeah, the more that people are learning about what happens, the more willing they are to, take preemptive measures and maybe
Right.
try to get out ahead of the game. Because, as he just mentioned, you don't have these stories about soccer players.
Yep.
You haven't heard one.
Yes, you do. Twelman, one of the biggest announcers for international soccer and the MLS, he quit playing soccer at an international level because he realized he had too many head concussions. And he started this whole movement for them.
Did he shock himself in the genitals in a parking lot and pee in jars? Did he kill a whole bunch of people? No. You haven't heard the same stories you've heard about football players.
But I mean, I see what you're saying. It's happened, but it's not.
Yeah.
It's not a major thing. So we don't.
Well,
That's an argument you guys can have later. But I mean, I think what you're saying is you can hit heads in soccer, but there's this new protocol, concussion protocol.
Yeah,
with
but
that.
you're more like rugby. Like,
What about rugby?
You don't have pads or
rugby.
anything.
They don't have helmets, so they're when
missing
you see
teeth.
guys tackle each other, though.
Yeah.
but
You're more
using
cautious
teeth
about
from
it.
like getting kicked in a huddle and stuff. But when you see these guys go against each other, they go like shoulder to shoulder because you don't have a helmet on.
You pull your.
It's a natural survival instinct. You're not going to hit this guy head to head. But when you have a helmet on, you feel invincible.
I agree.
You're protected.
We should get rid of helmets in
That
football.
makes sense.
Can I put an analogy in here?
It could make sense.
In
a way.
boxing,
Leather
you
helmets.
you
There's a good
usually
argument
get
for it.
knocked out and concussed
I mean,
when you
never heard
see
it
something
before,
not
but-
hitting you, right?
Right, exactly, yes.
So in football, I think that's a lot of the same kind of concussions they're trying to eliminate is getting hit when you're not prepared. Rugby, you're usually prepared. You know what you're going to run into.
Okay, yeah.
Football, you get blindsided. You got a helmet that blocks your vision.
But here's the thing, though. This is the argument that everybody always makes. So when you look at MMA and you look at boxing, right, and you compare MMA and boxing to football, right?
Gloves.
You would think, hey, you're getting punched in the head for a fight.
Kicked in the head,
You're getting punched, you're getting kicked, you're getting all that shit, right? Well, they say that the average NFL lineman suffers more head trauma in one game than an MMA fighter or a boxer does in their entire career.
I mean, I don't know.
Because
I don't
every
know how
time
you
the
could-
ball snaps, you're going head to
I
head.
don't know how you can measure that, but
Right,
we're
but
talking
this
about
is-
a man beating your skull.
Yeah,
Todd, just hang on a
right,
second.
yeah.
260-pound man punching you when you're unconscious.
And
over
a lineman,
over.
you're
The
what,
argu-
2
okay,
feet
so-
away from the other
but-
person hitting you in the head.
Hold on.
you
What you
can't
guys are forgetting is
There's
when
no
those two
force.
arguments come, the argument comes is how many ounces are those gloves, all the way down to bare fists, right?
Right,
Because
right.
when I know I have protection on something, I can go way more harder than
Yeah.
I know if I didn't.
Right.
Right? Because I'm gonna.
So it's
hold
like a double-edged
back some.
sword, just like the helmet.
So
yeah.
Right,
the helmet.
The
if
cushion.
I'm not wearing a helmet, if I'm not wearing shoulder pads, even,
Yeah.
I'm not gonna run as fast, and I'm not gonna hit you.
You're not
as
going to
hard.
exert your body as much.
Right? But because I have all this protective gear on and I know the chances of me not getting hurt is high,
Right.
I am going to go
See-
97, 98%, right? So that's where that
But you
argument
get cracked
lies.
in the head a few times with no
I
helmet
want to
on.
go back to my
Then
original
you get
statement.
CTE. Then you lose your logical ability. Then you start cracking people.
Now, hear me out. I want to go back to my
It
original.
could go either way.
Yeah.
I want to go back to my
I
original
understand.
statement where I talked about where they were getting concussed at. Offensive
right.
linemen, you know where they're getting concussed at, right at the
Frontal lobe.
Frontal
Frontal
lobe.
lobe, yeah.
These other guys, we don't know where they're getting hit. They're getting
Right.
blindsided, whatever the case is, but they're not taking the same kind of
I'm
concuss.
sure it makes a difference.
You never hear of a kicker killing himself, I guess. Yeah, going crazy.
or an offensive lineman, really, besides Wheeler being just
Yeah.
a maniac.
Or
right
I mean,
now.
other
That's about it.
than wrestlers and football players,
Or the water boy.
You haven't
Ray-
heard of any other sport. had that
Ray
happening
Finkel
with.
went crazy.
Oh yeah, that was a different reason though.
Yeah.
That'd be something different.
Dan Marino's still
the
looking for more
massage
gum.
therapist for the Tampa Bay Buccaneers has
I know, but you look at it, they're all high impact positions these guys are happening at.
Yeah,
Linebackers,
absolutely.
cornerbacks,
Yeah.
wide receiver.
Todd got CTE, but it was from Brady's nuts slapping against his head.
So that's a mild case.
That's
Well,
called an honor.
Hey, I thought,
We have
I thought
a,
Brady had some pretty big sack. He's got
One of
seven.
That is one tea bag I did accept. All right.
one of the kids that played little league ball with Fritz back when my dad and I were coaching was Brandon Merriweather, and he went on to play for the Bears and the Patriots. He played a long time in the NFL. When he retired, his statement was he said he was starting to feel like he was getting way older than his driver's license said, and he's like, all my sisters are in college, all my aunts and my grandma and my mom all have houses, and he's like, I'm done, like I'm good. But if you remember, he had a whole lot of situations where he was getting fined for hitting people helmet to helmet in NFL games and getting fined for it. And his argument was, he's like, I am literally the last line of defense for my team. I got a guy running full steam at me. I'm running full steam at him.
Yeah.
There is no way around this.
Yeah.
This is the way the game's played. He goes, if you want me to go low and end this guy's career and totally
Right.
blow his knees out so he never plays again,
Yeah.
then I guess if that's what you want me to do, I'll do that. But I
Yeah.
have more respect for that guy than to do that. So
Yeah.
we just have to do what we have to do.
And I think that's
You know?
why we have a more exciting game right now
Yeah.
in NFL. They're not lighting each other up like they were 5 years ago. Now,
Not as much.
you know, well,
no.
it's available for Kansas City to go
Vontez
nuts.
Burfict.
You know, it's
they were trying to kill each other when I was growing up.
Oh, I
Yeah,
know.
they-
You didn't
oh,
run across the
God.
middle.
No,
That's a
man.
death sentence.
Every sport was like that. You remember Bill
Yeah,
Lambier
basketball
and Dennis Rodman and the
Beastly.
Pistons punching each other, and then you
Yeah.
had Ron Artest jumping in the stands and punching people in the
I
head.
have his Lakers jersey.
Is it the Artest one or the Meta World Peace one?
Peace.
It's Artest. No, it's Artest.
Oh, wow.
37 Artest.
That's awesome.
Well, let's get back to this, Adams.
Well, I mean, yeah, we pretty much talked about it a lot. I mean,
you're not going to know anything until you get the data once, and then that's going to be forever.
So, same thing. Travis Rudolph Seminole.
Even then,
Yeah.
speculate.
Just recently double.
Only
charged
he can
with-
tell
yeah.
us what was going through his mind.
Yeah, how many people did he kill? And they weren't related to him. They were
5.
friends of his.
it was his doctor.
Apparently,
Who was
it was his We're talking about Philip.
Adams.
He's talking about Philip Adams.
Oh, okay,
though.
this
Sorry.
dude.
It
okay.
was so the area
Somebody
of South
who
Carolina
upset
he
him
grew up
very
in.
much.
The house that he shot the people up at was literally on the same block as he grew up on as a kid with his
Okay.
parents. And that guy apparently was his doctor when he was a kid. So he killed his childhood doctor, his doctor's wife, their
Their
7
grandkids.
and 9-year-old grandkids, and the 38-year-old groundskeeper.
So he was pissed off at his childhood doctor for some reason.
It could have been.
But why kill the groundskeeper?
Well, he saw, or
Why
he
kill
was there.
the- why kill the
person.
grandkids?
That was the first
Yeah.
person that he came in contact with,
Like-
apparently.
When
When he
you
was
get-
coming onto the property, that guy greeted him, and maybe that was his
I mean,
way
I
of just.
Yeah, I mean, I'm not saying he wasn't.
You have
that
you,
guy,
there's no logical reason to kill kids. I'm sorry.
There's
There's
no
not.
logical. You're absolutely right. He was in a rage for something, and when you get like that, and you have a brain that's messed up like that, you can't tell what's right and wrong. You need somebody
You
to
just
say
see
stop.
red. Like,
Blood.
Very scary.
As you're killing everybody. Yeah, so something triggered that man, and we're going to find out what happened earlier that day, but something triggered him to kill those people.
there will be a documentary coming out probably next year about it.
Probably, yeah.
Yeah.
Netflix.
They're
Boom,
quick
boom.
about
Right.
that, right?
Netflix,
Oh yeah.
Yeah, are we doing? And now, guys, let's just talk real quick about Trey Mancini surviving butt cancer. This is a local guy. He played for the Orioles. He plays for the Orioles still, but he got a standing ovation yesterday.
That was his first game back, wasn't it?
Yeah, hit into he almost
First home game. Yeah.
Yeah,
How old is this gentleman?
29.
Yeah, 20,
Yeah.
Damn.
29.
I think he's 29.
Did he have what kind of butt cancer? Was it
Yeah,
actually the
colon-
rectum?
colon cancer.
Colon,
Okay,
yeah.
all
Colon
right.
cancer, yeah.
Does he smoke?
I don't know.
How do you even
Well,
spell
the-
that?
Why are you worried about that?
This
I'm just,
the story was
it's
that
something
it's
you
important.
Think about, yeah.
he was they
I'm
found
well past the age of, supposed to be checking.
Yeah.
Yeah, you probably
Oh,
should.
Yeah.
There might be other people at this table
Todd,
too
Todd will check for you.
that might
No,
have
that's
cancer.
out of my medical field experience.
You're
right
the
there.
doctor.
You're the
All right.
volunteer doctor, I thought.
I will volunteer for things, but I know Markier, but Markier don't like me like
Markier,
that.
he knows
right?
his stuff.
Yeah.
He knows right where the prostate should line up and everything.
Well,
If there's something in there, he'll find it.
virgin ground for me right there.
Well, so apparently last year it was like right before, I guess it was just after spring training wrapped for the pandemic. It was like early April. They found a tumor. He had the tumor removed, and it was shortly after that they diagnosed him with like stage 3 colon cancer.
Damn.
And so since last April to this April, he's been dealing with all this, and I guess he was given doctor's clearances right before spring training this year, so a year later. And the game you're talking about, it was his first game back in Camden Yards at home playing for the Orioles. Yeah, and he got
25% capacity, standing ovation. A lot of very excited people.
Oh, yeah.
Good day for.
Does that bother you that Camden is actually in Baltimore? Isn't Camden in Baltimore? I'm
Where
just
would that
thinking
Camden
of
is
Camden
in New
Yards
Jersey.
is the park that
That's
the
what I'm
Baltimore
saying.
Orioles
I know,
play
but-
in.
Okay.
If you're going to get cancer, that's one of the better cancers
that
to
bother
get.
me?
You know.
Why is that?
No, I mean your colon.
Trigger
You
marker.
can cut a bunch out of there and sew it back up. It'll grow back. So I mean, if you get a cancer there, a tumor there, it's pretty treatable.
I have heard that because you have so much intestines, they can like take a section of it out and shorten it up. And
You shit a
still
lot
got
quicker.
you still got what 12 miles of intestines in
I
your
don't
body.
want to-
So.
Probably a
Far back.
sausage or
That's
two in
what's
there
up.
just needs to be removed for you, Dirk.
We've heard all those stories, like John Wayne when he died. They said he had like 18 pounds of undigested red meat in his system.
Sure did.
That's crazy.
I don't believe it. No.
I don't believe it either, but that's what they've said for all these years.
They say you have about 19 pounds of poop in your intestines at any given time.
Really?
No way.
Still don't believe it.
No way.
Yeah. Todd's
No.
got that in it, but it's not in his.
I
intestines.
ate street tacos
It's
for
in-
lunch,
it's
and
in
I saw
between
them
his
come
ears.
out earlier.
That's what we got to do.
Got
All
shit
right.
for brains, son.
For a future podcast, we'll give Todd a whole bunch of laxatives. We'll have to sit on a Home Depot bucket,
Oh yeah.
and then we'll weigh
Weigh
it
'em.
afterwards, and we'll see how much comes out.
All right. I guarantee you.
That's a
there's- I
shitty
guarantee
idea.
you there's 19 pounds.
I'm not going to be here for that.
But speaking
I'll
of
also pass.
Speaking of this, I wanted to take a moment to talk about our insurance package because I don't know where we're at with that, but I mean, we should probably all get checked. And I mean, I know Todd's about the only guy that can do it, but
No.
There's not even a craft food place. here. You're talking about insurance.
They're not gonna notice me on the insurance company. They're like, yeah, he's not a doctor you can go to for that.
If you guys aren't bullshitting right now, our Alfred, Batman's Alfred, the guy who creates all of our props for us and
Right,
everything,
Evan.
Evan,
Uh-huh.
his father is like a world-renowned gastroenterologist,
Okay.
and actually has a method of diagnosing colorectal issues that's named after him.
Can I send?
And
him
he's
like-
retired now. He's more than willing to snap the gloves back on again and pop over here for a podcast if y'all want to get checked.
I'm curious.
I think
could
we should.
Could I send him a bottled fart and he might be able to sniff it and tell me what my problem is?
Oh man.
I think as ball busters, it's our duty to do this. You can actually mail your duty in to get checked. You can just mail
To the
your duty.
vet?
You put it in a
Go
box.
to the
They
vet,
take a look
like,
at your duty. Yeah.
take a swig.
Colo guard.
Have you done that, Owen?
No. My grandmother has. And funny story, they made her do it again because apparently she did it wrong the first time and put way too much in there. So imagine that.
19
These fucking
pounds.
mailmen, they are the true heroes because they are just mailing junk mail and boxes of shit all around. That's all they're doing.
It's like, what's this? Amazon package, a flyer for the Sanford Flea Market,
And a Colo card.
or a box of shit. It's one of those. It's one of those three things.
And the way America is, there's a lot of people that do it wrong, and you fill in the blanks.
That's
Jesus.
insane.
Well, let's move over to things that make us poop better. Are we getting into these beers and wings soon?
Let's get some.
Yeah,
break.
I mean,
That-
yeah,
we gotta drop
I
them
forgot
first.
Yeah, we gotta
all
drop
about
them,
that.
What's our next
We're
segment?
close.
I'm
Yeah,
quite
are we-
parched.
Are we taking a break?
List
Yeah,
quiz.
let's-
We can do the list quiz next.
Yeah, sure.
Either way,
Let's
yeah.
do it. Can somebody drop the wings? Because I'm ready for these
Yeah.
beers.
After I
All right.
pee.
Let's get on out of here. You folks, you're listening to Ball Busters. Thanks for listening.
You're listening to Ball Buster.
Mother been playing good and possibly a man, maybe something other than I don't really think so. Could it be? Get ready to get weird. I'm coming to your heart from the bottom of this here. Chaos, pure fear. You're not here. I do it. Fuck this game and slam. I blow through it. All these things you don't know is proven. Open up your mouth. I'm out of through it. Get ready to get weird.
You're listening to Ball Buster.
Get ready to get weird. Get ready to get weird.
Hey guys, welcome back to Ball Busters. We're coming back tonight talking about some UFC. We're talking about some chicken wings coming on board here in a minute. We're going to do Lizz quiz. We're going to jump right into this fight coming up tonight. We got Kevin Holland versus Marvin Vittori.
Was that
Tomorrow
Fitz?
night. Tomorrow
Was
night.
that Fitz? Yeah, that was Fitz. What'd you think? It's Fitz and Luscious Lisa.
No,
Yeah.
That's tomorrow night, though. The fights are Saturday night.
Yeah. Did I say tonight?
We're used to doing it on Saturday.
I know,
Oh, that's right. We
why.
usually do the show on
Good
Saturday.
habit, though. So.
Yeah, I don't know what that is. But yeah, Holland versus Vittori. Holland stepped up and took this fight because who was Vittori supposed to fight?
I can't even think of who it was
Jeez,
now.
we've already forgotten that.
It was somebody pretty good, though.
Yeah,
It was somebody pretty good.
he was fighting. It wasn't Derek Brunson. He was fighting. Yeah,
Brunson was.
Brunson just fought Holland.
Yeah, but I think he went down. Brunson's not a 170. Brunson's, I thought, like a 185 or.
Yeah, he is.
Yeah, he's fighting. Holland stepped down to 170.
He's fighting at 170.
Right. So he's going to be lanky, long.
Vittori's
and
only
dangerous.
170 pounds. I don't know about that, man.
That's what it says right here. 5'10",
Oh, shit.
170. Or I'm looking at the wrong card. My bad. Let me go back to where I was looking. I was looking at Mike Perry and Daniel Rodriguez.
Oh, okay, that's also tomorrow night.
Of course. Yeah.
Perry.
He's a local guy. You want to watch him?
Perry, yeah, Perry's fighting again. I don't know when that guy's going to get smacked so hard he just quits, but he always defends himself well.
It's like off and on. Like he
He's got
he
the
hits and sometimes he misses.
Yeah,
he's got the power, but he
So I'm curious to know what tomorrow night's going to be for him.
yeah.
I'm curious to know what
He's-
tomorrow's going to be for
yeah.
him.
Me too.
My bad.
I'm not clear on where Perry's headed, and here's some other cool UFC news. Ferguson, and there's another similarity between Ferguson and Perry. Ferguson chooses not to use a trainer, and so does Mike Perry. But Ferguson finally, at 37 years old, he's been chasing the lightweight title with Khabib at the top for so long now, and finally he reaches out to George St. Pierre, the GOAT, GSP, for training, and Freddie Roach. So this guy's throwing some money down to get properly trained to try and come back and take the lightweight title. If he does that and Khabib comes out of retirement, we're talking about movie shit. We're talking about blockbuster movie shit.
Realistically,
Yeah, Freddie Roach is like
Khabib
Hall of
coming
Famer.
out of retirement.
Yeah, he's a Hall of Famer.
Yeah, true. Pretty slim.
But that division's a wrestling division. Boxing's good, but he already has a wrestling, I believe. So
He
Yeah,
does,
so why not
but
add
he
that
could
dynamic
improve.
to your game?
He needs to improve. And what's so cool about GSP is he's so good at lowering his center of gravity, but still striking you. So you kind of can't take him down.
do you know what? I listened to him on Rogan here recently, and they were talking. He goes, it wasn't that. He goes, I was trained karate. Thing is, you turn sideways so you don't get kicked in the nuts. And he goes, and you learn through that how to step away, how to get away, how to evade.
Yeah,
But wrestling was still really good. I mean, he wrestles with some really good guys.
he did.
And he sounds like
Yeah,
Claude Van Damme,
Yeah,
which
he
makes
does.
it even cooler.
Yeah.
You're like, yeah,
Straight
he's
up,
back,
yeah.
man.
It is Claude Van Damme.
Hey,
Right?
He has a great,
It's Claude Van. He's Claude Van Damme.
GSP, he's
in real life.
one of my favorite.
Yeah.
Well,
Same here.
I remember I messaged this to you guys last week, and then Todd gave me some additional information. So apparently Anderson Silva is going to be boxing.
Yeah.
Chavez Jr.
Yes.
Chavez Jr.
Chavez Jr. and Chavez Sr. is going to be boxing Camacho Jr.
Hector
Right.
Camacho Jr. on the
And I
same
heard
card.
Tyson
Yeah.
and Holyfield are getting back in the exhibition ring.
And that's very soon too.
Yeah.
Is that coming up? All these things are coming up?
No,
the Logan and
Oh, you're talking about Logan and
well, that one I think
Askren?
is next weekend. It's real
That's
soon.
a celebrity fight, yeah.
And
Logan
then the other
Askren.
one I think is in June. The Chavez is in
Chavez
June.
in June. Yeah,
June.
yeah. Julio Cesar Chavez Jr. versus
Anderson Silva.
The Spider trying to box?
How interested are you guys in?
I'm not interested in that. I think it's dumb, honestly, but whatever.
I like it.
Yeah,
I like it. I mean, I think it's all right to see.
That makes sense.
Yeah.
No, I think it'll be interesting to see how somebody who is well versed in lots of type of martial arts cut all of his other games off and just stand up and strike with you and see because
feels like a money grab,
he's gonna
man.
have the length
Yeah,
on
it is.
Chavez. He's gonna have the length on Chavez. They're both Chavez is what 30, 33 or something.
Yeah, I'm
think it's
interested
interesting.
only because I'm like 1,000 times more interested in boxing than I am in MMA. And
Sure.
And Julio Cesar Chavez Jr. I mean, his dad was 91-0 before he lost his first fight. I watched when JC Jr. came into the sport, and he had a really good run. Then he tested positive for coke, and all of a sudden you didn't see him on HBO or on Showtime anymore. And so, but he is a very, very good boxer. He's nowhere near like the same style as his dad. So now I'm curious to see that fight, but I'm also curious to see what his dad does against Hector Camacho Jr.
Jeez.
Because him and Hector's dad had like epic battles, and so that's what makes it interesting to me. Is I'm like,
Those Mexico battles were
yeah,
fucking intense.
dude, you will never see a more heartfelt, like literally, I don't care for my own safety fight until you see two Mexicans fight.
How old
Boxing.
are these gentlemen?
They're tough.
They're a little
I don't want to say it like that, but
the thing for me is,
we're talking about
we've
boxing.
seen boxing try and translate into MMA, and it doesn't work. You don't see a real competitive battle, but
Right.
we saw McGregor go into boxing and put up half. I mean, he looked presentable.
He looked good for the first 5 rounds.
I
He
wouldn't
looked
say
good.
He looked good. He looked presentable. He looked like he was well
Well,
coached.
I would say he looked good.
Yeah, but
I think
just,
he defended himself well, and I think that when you're talking about going up against somebody as smart as Floyd Mayweather, Mayweather's gonna outbox you. He might not outfight you, but he will outbox you, and he'll play that game until
Definitely will not outfight you
until
Never.
you're tired. And when you're tired, he'll come at you with that slugfest because he's been saving his gas tank, and that's what he did, and that's what a boxer's going to do.
Right.
I mean, I don't think Silva's going to be able to do anything, so I don't even care about that
I
fight.
could care less about it.
I don't even want to see
it's
it.
just
I don't-
going to be interesting
absolutely don't
because
care.
boxing is such a big part of the MMA, humongous part of UFC. But you can't never really train with the boxer in a real competitive situation because your first instinct when they crack you is to take them down, change it up, kick them in the legs, do other diverse stuff. This is what we're challenging.
Well,
We're gonna
that's why
mix it up. I
McGregor
think
was
it's
hitting
great.
him in the back of the head because when Floyd
Well,
was
that's true,
turned
too.
around,
Yeah.
McGregor was in the back of the head because he's not used to the rules. Like, and Floyd knew that. Floyd played into
Yeah.
that.
Well, and
it
like
was insane.
So going based on what you're saying,
Yeah.
like, because I agree with what you're saying. I have no interest in seeing a boxer fight an MMA match. Zero.
Me
At all.
either. I don't
Zero
either.
at all.
It's
But I
uncompetitive.
do,
or vice versa.
But I do have interest when you have some of these MMA guys that are stand-up strikers. I do have interest seeing them fight boxers because I think it's like it's more of a comparable matchup than it is to see a boxer go in the ring and have to defend against takedowns. But if you've got an
Yeah.
MMA guy that is a stand-up striker that's a puncher,
It's more interesting.
it's definitely more interesting. And I think you're never going to make that
So
comparison.
guess who else is coming up, Mark?
Well,
here,
hold-
You know?
we got Nate Diaz is back in the ring against Leon Edwards.
Hold
go.
on one second though. I want
Okay.
is he also the MMA? They go into rolling. These guys will go to heavy jujitsu tournaments to test themselves outside of that. They compete all sorts of. I like it. I like to see.
I don't
them
like the
test
crossover,
themselves.
but what do you think about Diaz's next fight? I know you're a big Diaz fan. He's fighting Leon Edwards. You think he's going to stalk and slap Leon Edwards?
I'm excited to see him come back. I'm not too familiar with Edwards, but
Not a lot of people are, but he's been on the scene. But he's just not allowed. He's not one of Dana's favorite guys for some reason.
He's calm. He doesn't have a whole lot of personality. He's overconfident, but he doesn't like McGregor's overconfident, but he expresses it.
Yeah.
Edwards is overconfident, but he's just
Like,
one
he'll
of the
take a
sheep
fight
out there you don't see.
Well, I mean,
He'll take a
he's
fight with
super
anybody.
talented.
He's gotten the he's worked up to a Diaz fight.
Mhm,
So
mhm.
Well,
he could fight for the champ. Really, he really deserves a title fight over Masvidal.
you
I
think after an eye poke win? I don't think so.
it's been a minute
No,
since
because
Diaz has
judge
been
his
in
whole
the
career
ring.
though. Yeah, it is.
Do we get to see if ring rust is a thing
It's
with
never,
him.
I don't think it's really
Not
a
with the
factor for
Diaz,
Yeah, not with the Diaz brothers.
He's comfortable there, man.
It's his zone.
That's where they live.
You're coming to him.
That's why I'm excited to see him come back. So
yeah, and he might Stockton slap you. You might win, you might beat him, but he slaps you.
We'll be at
in
the
process.
local Gators watching that.
We should go back there. That's where the first meetup session.
Is this going to be a pay-per-view match?
Oh yeah, for sure.
If it's going to be a
Diaz fight,
pay-per-view,
it's going to be a big gate.
Why don't we broadcast it live again?
We could. That'd be fun.
I would much rather see his older brother Nick fight again.
We could from Gators, maybe. I don't know.
It's possible. I would rather see Nick. I love to see Nick. Nick was one of my first favorite martial artists. Nate I wasn't so big on, but Nate's just a battler. He gets in there, he ain't scared to get lit up, and he's just going to box with you.
So every level.
He'd be a good one to see go fight a boxer.
Yeah. It would be cool to see Nate get in the ring.
That's somebody that's very interesting.
I would be interested in, but seeing Silva was a striker. Yes, but anyway, I don't want to go back into down that road.
You want to gamble on it? Let's put money down.
On which one?
I don't know. Who's fighting?
I'm taking the boxer.
Well, we got a lot of people. That fight? I'll take the boxer. Yeah.
I mean, Silva. It'd just be interesting to see what kind of style he has. If he actually is going to square up, open his stance up. I'm interested in that. I want to see how he's.
So we also got other big news in the UFC. But before that, real quick, Liz, how are those wings looking?
The first batch are done. I put the second batch in.
Right on. So you got a few minutes?
Yeah.
Okay. So we're going to just do a real quick. Dustin Poirier accepted the challenge to do the trilogy fight with Conor McGregor, Todd's boyfriend.
Good move.
Good move for Poirier. I agree.
I think it's a good move for UFC.
Oh, big move for UFC.
Yeah.
Trilogy fight, Poirier, McGregor. That's a battle.
He's going to sell a lot of sauce, a lot of wing sauce.
A lot of sauce, a lot of whiskey.
Yeah.
For sure, man.
A lot of proper
It worked because guess what?
Works. I see a new hot sauce coming out.
Todd bought Proper 12 whiskey the very next weekend when we did the show, and Liz ordered Dustin's hot sauce. Okay. So it works.
We're going to order more.
Work.
We're going to order more.
Yeah.
Speaking of wings and hot sauce.
What I just found out on his website, there's more than one sauce. He has literally like 10 different sauces.
Really?
Yeah, I just got the Louisiana style one. I was like, I want all of them. Well, I think they just came out or something. Like he just released them, but his main one is the Louisiana one that I bought that we all tried. And that one is really good. Like
pretty good.
Really good.
I was watching a video of him wrestle with one of the world's strongest men the other day. And strapped on his back, looked like a book bag.
It'll be
Damn.
He was impressive this last go, and it'll be interesting to see McGregor do what he does. He that's one of his things that he does. He takes somebody, he learns them.
Yep.
And then I come back and I'll teach you a lesson again.
Yep.
There's a lot of experience between the two of those guys.
We'll see if he can if he's able to accomplish that. That'll be exciting.
Big point in his career, I think.
I think he needs to change his mindset. If he doesn't change his mindset, if he doesn't go in there acting like Mayweather, talking garbage at the pre-fight,
you saw that already.
His
mindset has been changed.
Yeah, his mindset.
We
need to see old Conor.
I mean,
if you don't see that, he ain't winning.
Granted, he was floating on a goddamn yacht on the edge of the goddamn
Dubai.
beach.
Just all
but other than that, he was pretty fucking chill.
Throwing something out there that's related to this right now. So, and I texted Brando and Todd both because I know both of you guys are familiar with boxing. So I actually just talked to a guy that I didn't know this, but he's a local musician that's a friend of mine that I just saw him post something on his Facebook page, and he's the grandson of Eddie Futch. Mm-hmm. And Eddie Futch was the trainer for Joe Frazier when he fought Muhammad Ali in basically Joe Frazier's entire career. He trained Joe Frazier. He also trained Ken Norton. He trained Larry Holmes. He trained Trevor Berbick, and he trained Riddick Bowe in the trilogy against Evander Holyfield. Mm-hmm. And so when I messaged him, I go, dude, that's your granddad? And he's like, yeah, man. And I asked him, he met all these people as a little kid. He's a little older than me, but he hung out with Muhammad Ali and Joe Frazier and watched his granddad train these guys. And I asked him, I said, would you be interested in doing like just a little, short interview segment? And he's like, any chance I get to talk about grandpa, I'm down. So that's a guy who was literally a fly on the wall during the Ali Frazier trials, and also was there when the fan man flew into the ring during Bowe and Holyfield. Yeah. Like this guy, like literally saw all of it. So he's interested in talking.
He trained 4 of the 5 men that beat Ali.
He trained 5 heavyweight champions.
Wow.
5 world heavyweight champions.
I think he missed what he asked you though.
And 4 of them were able to
to beat Ali?
Yeah, that's
I
what
don't
it
think
says.
so. 'Cause
Yes, yeah, you're right. No, you're correct. You're correct. Frazier, Norton. Now Norton won 1 out of 3.
Oh.
Larry Holmes beat Ali the only time they
Not
fought.
to be confused with Steve Holmes.
And Trevor Berbick was the final Ali match. He knocked out Ali in Jamaica in his final match. Yes,
Markier,
you're correct, Markier.
you got that
4 guys that beat Muhammad Ali, and he trained them. Yes,
It's very 4 of the 5 that he traded.
yes, yeah.
We're
And the other one beat Holyfield 2 out of 3 fights.
It's very Brooklyn up in here right now. We got a good we got a Markier, a resident Nets fan here to represent the Nets,
I thought that was a Bitcoin hack.
and we've got 2. We're dealing with some medicinal properties in our smoking choices tonight to give us a good mood for the show and keep us level headed.
It's for my ankle, I swear.
And it's for Liz's ankle. I don't know if you noticed, but Liz has been hobbling around. I don't know if she's going to be able to
Licking the
podcast.
wounds over there.
Are you going to make it to
No,
the
it
playoffs?
hurts.
Liz, are you going to make it to the playoffs? And are you doing Liz quiz soon?
If y'all want to.
Yeah, let's go.
Absolutely.
Yeah. All right.
On your thinking cap. And on your buzzer. This is the Liz Quiz.
So I have 6 questions. I put an extra one in because the last question I thought was very interesting. Question number 1. In 1990, the year that I was born, who was the first father-son duo to hit back-to-back homers?
Todd,
Who?
Griffey and Griffey Jr.
Yep.
Good one, Todd. It's good. Quick.
Question number 2.
Todd's trying to gain ground on Danny.
Who won Sports Illustrated Sportsman of the Year 2 times in a row? It was 96 and 2000, I believe.
Todd. Tiger Woods.
Fuck you, Todd.
Oh man, Todd's sweeping right now.
Todd's moving.
But
in
you
with
did
it.
say 2 times in a row, and 96 and 2000 aren't 2 times in a row.
In Danny's absence, Todd is
true.
making a move.
Oh,
Yeah,
did-
no, then they would.
She tricked me on that,
No,
but
yeah, you're right.
I still once I heard the
Maybe
second.
it's not in a row, but 2 times.
Yeah, that's
Todd is approaching Danny from behind.
that's
got
scary.
the bottle of lube out right now.
And Danny's not even here to defend himself or accept the pleasure. Either way, he's not here.
You could put up a fight over there for him, Brando.
I'm not fighting. No, I mean, I'm waiting on the wings, to be honest. I'm a little mad at him for not
Right.
being here to make sauce, so
He has sauce here, though.
Yeah, we got.
All right, question
he
number
left me
3.
with some sauce, so we got sauce.
I'm sorry, Danny.
Yeah.
Question number 3. So Michael Jordan went to North Carolina. What was the college that he wanted to go to prior to North Carolina? That North Carolina
Brando.
was second choice.
Duke.
Nope. This is a good question.
What year was this?
That is a good
I don't.
question.
When
college year.
College year.
It would have been
Like it
83,
was,
I think.
No, 80, he'd been like 81.
81 or 82, yeah.
81.
Dirt?
It wasn't Kentucky, was it?
Dirt?
Nope.
No.
Indiana?
Nope.
Wow.
Todd, UCLA.
No. Did you already
on,
say?
Owen.
No, I didn't say anything.
You're right.
Wow. Wow. So he wanted to go to the Bruins.
This
Yeah,
was
he
just
wanted-
on
he wanted-
TV recently.
That's
What
a
were you
hat
gonna
trick
say,
for
Owen?
you, Rim Job.
What were you gonna say, Owen?
UCLA, of course.
Can we name this episode Todd Gets a Rim Job?
Todd and the rim job.
Well,
Three correct.
Sometimes you're good.
Whoops, I didn't mean that.
All right.
I'll let y'all guess out. You guessed me into an
this-
answer.
This
He
next
reads
question.
a lot, man. He's a reader.
I can't
this,
read.
This next question, it might be like really hard, but I thought it was very interesting because I didn't know this. And here we go. Who was the first president to throw a ceremonial pitch?
Brando.
Ceremonial pitch.
James Edgar Hoover.
No.
Owen. George Washington. The pitch was America, and he threw that out, and they took it.
No.
I'm going to go Todd.
That's
like
good
your
though.
creativity.
That's good though.
I'm going to go with Todd. I'm going to go with the little curveball here, and I'm going to say it's Roosevelt.
No.
I think I know this.
Eisenhower.
No.
Is it Woodrow Wilson?
No.
Really?
Kennedy.
Grover Cleveland or something.
William Howard Taft.
Oh, wow. How did that fat fuck throw a baseball?
Taft. Some of those.
That was a good one there. That was a good one.
He didn't throw it so much as
Most baseball players are kind of fat.
Because also,
I'm kind of glad that we all knew a president's name there.
I'm like, just name a random
It was
president.
impressive.
And let me tell you, my knowledge of old white people is very limited.
as it should be.
You're not alone in that, Mark here.
But the funny thing is that Taft, the thing that he's like famous for is like he got trapped in his bathtub in the White House. Like, that's a true story. He tried to take a bath in the bathtub at the White House, and he was so fat he got stuck in the bathtub, and they had to actually come in and rescue him. That's how fat
I think like 16 of our
Is
U.S.
President Taft was.
Is he
Yeah.
the least named president? Like,
don't know why
you
that's
never
funny.
hear
If
Taft.
you look at his
They're all
picture,
roads, Taft.
done some stuff.
if you look at his picture,
There's Taft, a city.
yeah, it's crazy.
Name a president least named than Taft.
I don't know, Grover Cleveland.
No, there's a couple of them. Grover Cleveland was actually he was elected twice in two
But shit,
separate
at
things.
Two
least-
separate terms,
At
right?
least you hear
But-
the name Cleveland.
But if you look at a picture of Taft, it looks like Benjamin Franklin tried to fuck a walrus, and that's what came out was Taft. Like, if you look at it, that's what it looks like.
Man,
Yeah.
I'd like to see
That's
that.
very graphic.
That's
Thought it
unfortunate.
stood for train after fucking
You got
train.
the Lenovo
Well, that's
right
here.
there.
Yeah.
Oh.
Was he flying the kite at the time?
Type in penguin fucks. What'd you say?
No, I said he looks like Benjamin Franklin fucked a walrus. That's what he looks like. Yeah.
Totally. I
Yeah.
mean,
Look at the picture. Look.
Let me see.
Let me see. Yeah,
Oh no.
I
That's
can
just,
see that guy belting the pitch out.
I'd
though.
like to see him in a Nike
Getting them side bodies
745
behind it.
picture
Yeah.
right now. See him in
I feel
high
like
def.
I'm looking at a magic mirror and showing me 40 years in the future.
That ball.
Future. That's what Taft looked like as a young man.
He threw the greasiest ball ever.
Yeah, he did.
Yeah,
Grease ball.
He's throwing the ball.
it might have been a softball pitch. We're not sure yet.
All right.
He could have been a great president, and we're trashing him.
Yeah, we
do we
don't
have
already-
any
Yeah,
idea
this
what he
guy's
did?
dead.
Yeah.
Can we put some respect on his name?
Way to go, Liz.
All right.
All
The
right.
All
jury-
right, next question. What athlete was nicknamed the Iron Bird? Oh my gosh! Okay, never mind.
Owen? Larry Bird?
Nope. Wrong sport.
Buddy of mine. I'm going to have him call in.
I pass. I don't know.
The Iron Bird.
I think I'm kind of onto it, but I'm not sure that I'm onto it.
I'd say you're probably way off.
I mean, what are you using iron for?
I know the Iron Sheik.
I know, but just
Yeah, he'll break your back and make you humble.
Iron Bird.
Oh, stupid.
Okay, hold on. It's not basketball. It's not baseball. It's clearly football.
Dodgeball.
And I'm going to go with only old person I can think is Palomalu.
Nope.
Not
That's
even
a-
close.
Wait. Are we at that point in our lives where Palomalu is an old person?
Iron Bird.
Iron in the Steel City.
I don't.
Indian.
Oh, I mean,
Okay,
I
Can
see.
you get the buzzer back?
Could it be racing? It could be racing.
Could be.
Could be racing.
So I know nothing about that. So white people go.
All right. Well,
Can I give a hint?
That's
Give a
yeah.
hint.
Can I give a hint?
If you give a hint,
How
it
dare
resets
you,
the table.
Todd.
Wait, who's stuck
How
out?
dare
Never mind.
you.
Okay.
All right, if you give a
Okay,
hint,
if I
it's
give
the
a
new
hint,
rule.
it resets the table. Well,
It
'cause
should,
this is
right? If she gives a hint,
This
shouldn't
is
it
the
reset
first
the
time
table?
that's happened, so you're making a new
I'll
rule.
take last pick if y'all can't get it.
So if you're making a new rule, we'll go over this in
So
arbitration later.
my hint
It's going to be
is
a battle. You've got like strikes against you all. Go ahead.
my hint is don't listen to Todd.
Oh, that's
But-
not a hint.
Well, remember
Okay.
what he just said.
So for no hint, I've got to give up. He gets to get
God damn it.
at least give us a strike.
Can I have a go?
No, you're out.
If y'all can't figure it out, I can have a go.
She just said you don't exist right
Wait,
now.
what was the question?
I wasn't paying attention to him the
What,
first time.
Iron Bird.
what athlete is
Oh,
the Iron Bird? Nickname Iron Bird.
Iron Bird.
Iron Bird. Sounds like an Indian.
It's,
be.
It could be
I think I'm closer this time.
Alright,
I was
I'm
going to go with Ed Reed.
it's
but
No.
sports.
It's a pitcher.
Huh.
Oh
I
man.
don't know.
Oh.
Her face is not showing much. She's got a poker face.
I've
going.
already.
Wait. What's the gridiron?
Nolan Ryan?
Nope.
What's the gridiron?
The gridiron.
That's the
a
football
football
field.
field.
Detroit,
Okay.
right?
Not a
No?
football field.
Where's
it's
that?
Just the,
Where's the gridiron?
Okay, yeah.
it's a term.
Yeah, okay.
I know, but isn't it a term?
That's football.
The gridiron
Okay.
is what they call a football field.
It could be a,
All
right. No, I
it
think
could be
you're
a
right.
safety. It could be a safety.
I already picked one. I was wrong.
Hmm.
I was wrong twice. Go ahead.
You gonna give another hint?
No, just give it
All
out.
right.
Go,
Do,
what is
do we
it?
consider swimming?
You
a
guys
sport?
are gonna like kick
need a-
yourself
we need a
literally in the balls
It's like an
when I
Atlanta
say
Hawk
who it
player.
is.
Atlanta.
Out of you, and you, I am very disappointed.
Prime time.
Cal Ripken Jr.
Oh my God!
God damn it! That's the first thing that came to my mind, but I
CRJ.
Can I be honest? Like,
That was a
I
good
literally
one.
have followed Cal Ripken my entire life and never one time heard him called that.
Yeah, that was his nickname.
It's one of
Well,
those-
it,
Been
it,
nicknamed.
fits.
Never.
It fits, though. It fits.
Yeah,
Maybe maybe that's something that they
it's
call
one of those random
the Rays on
trivia
the
that you
home
just
channel.
don't
Right,
remember.
yeah, never
That you
heard
just
that.
don't
Ever
remember,
heard
but
that,
it's
yeah.
His
He
grandma
fits it.
called him that.
This came from the Bleacher Report
Okay, yeah, I mean, it's
on a very well-known sports site.
yeah.
I'm actually
Okay.
called also the greatest
many questions we have
athlete
left?
in the world.
One more
I don't know
question.
if you knew this. but-
Final question, Doug.
Here we go.
Shut the
Final
fuck
question.
up.
Here we go.
Iron turd.
Iron turd. What we got?
What boxer went 42-1 underdog when he KO'd Mike Tyson?
Oh, I got that one. Dirt. Buster Douglas.
Yep.
That's not even
Damn.
fair with him
Nice,
on
Doug.
that.
Yeah, he's got the boxing.
I said it in my head.
He was called the Iron Bird
you wanna-
because he played for the Orioles.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. That makes sense.
Baltimore Steels.
Here's the thing, though, is that 42-1 underdog on Buster Douglas is because back then, before pre-internet, nobody knew that like this guy's mom, like literally died the week of the fight,
Oh, man.
and that changes everything.
for good or bad. I mean, it does
man.
change everything.
Yeah, your mom died that week,
I
and
don't
like you're
I
in
don't
the
want to
locker
fight
room.
a guy whose mom just died.
Exactly. Yeah, nobody does.
That was
Sometimes it
really, I thought
backfires on
that
people.
wasn't Bo. That was Douglas. Yeah,
Yeah,
in
it was
Japan,
Buster Douglas.
Tokyo, that's
Yeah.
right.
My mom could die. I don't care.
Oh, so his mom died. That's why he won.
Buster Douglas's mom died that week.
That's kind of
Yeah.
like Khabib, right?
That was his
To be-
payday,
kind of,
though.
but the
Khabib's
thing
dad
was
died,
too,
yeah.
Mike Tyson,
Because
like
Khabib's dad died.
nobody
Yes.
gave that guy a chance. So Tyson's corner guy, his like corner management, they didn't even bring like a Swellsaw or anything to the ring with them to work on his cuts and his swelling or anything because they thought 90 seconds this fight's going to be over.
Yeah.
And so next thing you know, they're in the
expecting
10th round.
Yeah.
And they're filling a latex glove with ice and water to try to bring the swelling down because they were not prepared for that dude to like literally
Yep. Buster Douglas him.
come out and like balls out and start beating Mike Tyson's ass.
So
Yeah.
you're saying Buster Douglas's cornerman beat Mike Tyson's cornerman. That's
Mike
why
Tyson's
That's why
cornerman-
Douglas won.
In a way.
Mike Tyson's corner. Well, no, I will say this.
Isn't
It's
this
like-
also the night where Mike Tyson was supposedly had a really good time?
No, that was the Trevor Berbick fight
Probably.
Every night.
where he contracted gonorrhea the night when he won the heavyweight championship.
You can trace
but-
the night that Mike Tyson tracked gonorrhea with modern science.
Because he tells
knows
the
time.
story.
He knows the time.
He was with it was Atlantic City.
How did he know?
He was with someone the night before, and the morning of the fight, where he's his first ever time challenging for the heavyweight title, he wakes up and he said his entire groin felt like razor blades were trying to poke out of him. And so he was afraid to tell his trainer because it was Kevin Rooney, and it was, he grew up with Customato, and it was like family, so he's afraid to tell them that, like, hey, I think I might have
And he
caught
talks about this in his
one man show and
one-man
an
show.
Annie interview. Yeah. But he talked about it, and he said he went out there that night, and he's like, I apologize to Trevor Berbick because he just had to take the wrath of the fact that I needed to get out of that ring and seek medical attention.
Your voice isn't bad, but you need a little bit more lisp.
He did have the
Work
worst
on the
boxing voice ever.
Have you
Mike
seen
Tyson
it?
as a boxer is a badass. You're like, man.
Mike Tyson.
Have you seen his cartoon?
I have not.
Oh, it's
I love
freaking
it.
Awesome.
About the
The Mike
mystery?
Tyson
Mystery.
Yeah. Yep.
Yeah. You guys got to check
On
it
Cartoon Network.
out. I watch it on the Hulu, but
Yeah.
they got the what's his name? The pigeon. The guy who
Yes.
never mind. Saturday Night Live. He's the grumpy guy.
Big Bird?
Norm McDonald.
Norm McDonald is the pigeon?
He's the
Are you
freaking
kidding
pigeon,
me?
and the pigeon
It's
talks
hilarious.
about
It's
getting
so
cummed
bad,
on.
it's good.
Yeah, dude.
I love
Like-
Norm McDonald.
And then the father of boxing, as you know, was like a homosexual or something like that. You look it up. Trust me.
Okay. Are you talking about Emil Griffin?
I think so,
probably.
something like that.
Yeah.
It's on the quiz.
So his father is the ghost on that, and so he's
that's
also,
great.
Oh, the blues guy in the
ghost.
yeah.
This is
Isn't he
awesome.
like bluesy?
That
like
was super
he's
accurate
like or
credit
jazzy or
on
like
this quiz.
He was like 1920s.
Yeah.
That's
Yep.
awesome.
Oh, bluesy jazzy. Sir.
I got to check that out. That's awesome.
it's so bad it's good.
I can't remember last time I watched a cartoon.
Oh man, you're
You're
definitely
gonna learn
missing out.
today.
There's some good ones.
Solar Opposites just came out on the Hulu.
I love that one too.
Dude.
Listen,
Solar
yeah.
Opposites.
Listen,
Hey, we're
Rick and
both
Morty.
The Rick and Morty
Big Mouth.
creators. Big Mouth is
Big Mouth
so
is awesome.
perverted.
I love Big
so
Mouth.
perverted.
My brain
and
don't turn that
Invincible.
way, so,
That's
yeah.
good too. There's
And the new Pokemon just came
Invincible
out,
is
which
very
I've been
good.
I'm
into
not-
as well.
I'm not
Ask
one for
Brando.
cartoons, but
Well,
when
Invincible.
they're like that, I'll watch them.
Invincible was a comic book first. I don't know if you know that, and it little controversy there. The main character, the guy, actually gets raped by a woman superhero, and that was a big deal.
Jeez.
So I don't know if they're going to do that. In
Really?
the series.
My kind of day right
Yo,
there,
it's
baby.
good. It's
Hey,
just,
comics aren't for kids.
superhero
have you
rape
guys
right
ever
there,
seen
bro.
The Boys?
I can't do
Oh yeah,
The
Have
what?
you ever seen
the
The
boys. Yeah,
On what?
It's
the
on
boys
Amazon.
I like that series.
No.
It's on Amazon.
yeah.
You'll
That's
like it.
another. It's like
It's a
superheroes, but they're
cartoon version
normal
of The
people.
Boys. It's not as
If I-
perverted as maybe The
Right.
Boys.
So
but-
someone
well,
who
maybe
is
it
into right. So someone who's into
I
like
know.
superheroes. So think of it this way. It's like so Superman. You only see him the way that they want you to see him because it's Superman. And he's a superhero, but he's still a regular dude. And still on the weekend and when he's not being Superman, he's the same old piece of shit that all of us are.
When I'm
Well,
not,
So it's
when
showing
I'm not,
that. Yeah,
No.
Yeah.
when I'm not flying planet
he's
to
worse.
planet saving the
Getting
world,
drunk and fucking hookers.
No,
and I don't have to
Yeah.
worry about anything other
No.
than kryptonite.
Yeah.
Things are nice.
He's worse.
kryptonite hookers.
He's
Like,
worse.
yeah. I don't know. I
It's
just,
worse.
that's not my thing.
I don't know what you guys are talking about.
Yeah, well.
I kind of.
Just
I'm here to-
outside.
I'm starting to dream about these wings and this beer coming up. Are we moving on to? Are they ready? Are the
Wanna do
wings
it?
ready?
Let's take a quick break and then we'll come back with the wing segment. Is that
Yeah,
what it
let's
is?
take a big break. Well, and
All
I'm
right.
excited to see Danny's sauces that he left for us.
All right, here we go.
Straight out of eating.
I've got to keep on pushing.
I've been for a minute, you know.
You're listening to Ball Buster.
Keep on, keep on. They know, man. Who they know, man. Yeah.
You're listening to Ball Busters.
Welcome back, sports fans. We got some fun for you guys. Wings are getting crispy. The beers are getting colder. They're out on the table right now. So if you're watching live, you can check out the beers we're drinking tonight. We've got some fancy stuff coming your way. But we're going to get over to Todd for his acronym report of the week. What you got for us, Todd?
Well, we'll see how this works out. I think I got something.
All right.
Here's Big T, Little Odd with the NBL and the NBW of the week.
All right, this week NBL NBW is brought to you by 3B Debris Removal. You've been working from home for a while, looking at that pile of junk, that old shed, that dry rotted trampoline, that hot tub that your wife won't sit in anymore,
Oh.
that clutter in the garage. Now it's time to reclaim your space and to be free of debris.
How do we do that?
Well, you'd have to call 3B Debris.
Okay.
All right, or you can reach out to them on their website, 3bdebrisremoval.com, or call 321-263-9697. That 9 was looking like an 8 right there. Not going to lie to you. Not going to lie to you. Mention the Ball Busters to receive a 10% discount. I might be needing Rocco here real soon.
Well, what if you have a cantankerous grandma that you need to move out?
I don't know. I mean, I'm going to be moving soon, and I'm probably going to be using them. I hear T is moving.
Tomorrow.
That's right. Maybe it's a time to get a hold of old Rocco. See what he can do for you.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Good time.
Right on.
You'll get a 10% discount.
Just mentioned Ballbusters.
You might get an extra 5 off on top of that for being on here.
Look at that.
And we'll all come help out too.
That would be awesome.
All
Don't
right.
say us all, because I will not.
I won't either.
Y'all are terrible friends.
Hey, you're good. You're a good friend.
I have too many
that's why
physical
you're
injuries to volunteer for physical work.
We always need
I
somebody
help
to
people
carry
stay
the
put.
underwear,
Little,
man.
yeah, I help people stay
Pillows.
put. Little Mitch Hedberg again.
Yeah.
It's a lot easier to help someone stay put. Hey, man, you're cool where you're at. Just stay here.
I agree.
Then you don't have to help them move. If you can talk them into not moving, you don't got to help them.
That's true too.
Yeah,
That's
stay
true.
where
But
you're
why?
at.
No.
Unless you call Rocco, then you can move if you need to. Call 3B
we'll see.
Debris.
I'll still move however I need to move.
Yeah.
All right.
Well, if you need help, don't call me.
All right. I won't. I won't.
I enjoyed the time.
I will not
I enjoyed my
trouble
time away
you
this
for
week.
any effort.
Yeah, please don't.
So we all see how that shoulder went down. Lack of activity. Right there. He just solved the mystery.
No, it was
He
from,
just
it was
solved
from moving a piano 3 times
Oh.
for somebody else. I've already been there, brother.
Oh my goodness. You never touch a
I
piano.
was hobbling around like Liz, looking like a ratchety ass bitch hobbling down the road. Have you seen Liz?
Ratchety ass bit. Hold on, rewind.
Well, you're the one with like the wear.
Are
on
you
your
still here,
hand.
Liz? We
This
didn't
is
know you were
terrible.
still here. You were
All right.
fading away.
Let's
Oh,
get
I'm
it
here.
cruising here. Still a little history here. We have a natural born winner. April 7th, 1984, Detroit Tiger Jack Morris no hits the Chicago White Sox 4-0.
White
Wow.
Sox look good again this year.
It's a while ago. That
Yep.
was a while ago. We got a natural born winner here too. April 8th, 1974, Hammer and Hank Aaron hits number 719 off of LA Dodger Al Downing, breaking Babe Ruth's record in Atlanta.
Yeah.
Just hitting a lot of long balls.
That's a fun day at the park, man.
Yeah, we have a
For
natural
everybody.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
Everybody.
We have Otami too. Otami just did some really miraculous stuff here recently as well.
Shohei Ohtani.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, yeah.
I saw that.
Yeah.
He did some good stuff. He threw a
Yeah.
101 mile an hour pitch,
Yeah.
and then he hit a home run, a 450, 51 yard or something like
Yeah,
that.
it was the first. He was the first player since 1917 to be the starting pitcher
Yeah.
and to hit as the DH in the offensive lineup.
Yeah.
And he threw a 102 mile an hour pitch to strike out a batter in the top of the first.
Yeah.
And then hit the first pitch he saw for 450 feet for a home run
Yeah.
in the bottom of the first.
Yeah.
That's nuts.
Yeah,
the guy's a
yeah.
phenom. He's
Yeah.
crazy.
Which brings me to our first MBW. That's a natural born whimperer, and that's myself, Todd, after getting booted by Gonzaga last week.
Oh, that's right.
Could have had a lot of money. Only would have been able to pick Baylor, and Baylor looked like diamonds.
Mm-hmm.
They looked
did.
great.
They played well. I didn't doubt it. I actually had them favored in my mind going in, but I wanted Gonzaga. That was the team, not for any other reason other than
You were talking them up early, too.
I was talking them up early, both teams actually, but I wanted to see Gonzaga get that statistic, the first team to go undefeated and win the championship since 1976, and that was what, the Hoosiers?
Yeah, Indiana. That was Bobby Knight. Yeah.
Yeah.
But I think they're one of those teams that they've been competitive and very good for very long and just haven't been able to wrap up that final win in the tournament, you know?
I know.
Right.
And they were right there.
Yeah.
But that's what's going to get me into the next one, and that's natural born losers.
Mm-hmm.
Gonzaga Bulldogs.
Mm.
Yep. Spike,
Damn, that's a hard
you
take.
did it again.
They make it to the
You
finals.
made it to the end. Got lost in the game. Oh, baby, baby. Oops. You thought you were champs, but Baylor was sent from above. So the Bears are the champs. Ooh, baby, baby.
Do you know what song that's referencing?
He wrote it.
No, I didn't write that. I copied it.
No. Do you know what song?
Britney Spears.
Yes.
Yeah,
Britney
yeah.
Spears.
I'm glad you could recognize what I copyrighted.
When you're a blonde,
I'm like, wait, I grew up with this song. Ooh, baby, baby.
I mean, you looked a
oh,
little
baby,
bit like
baby.
Britney Spears. Yeah.
And Spike happens to be the mascot.
Can you help him at all?
I'm not good. I thought I thought
Markier
it would be
can't help
best
you.
if I just did it as white as possible.
Give him a chance.
Just
Let him
put
try it again.
myself out there because I couldn't. If I tried to.
Todd, give us your best Britney Spears. Give it to us right now. Ooh, baby, baby.
Well,
Try it again.
anyways,
Run
I'm
it
going
back.
to give you my best South Park. Timmy from Gonzaga. Man, that guy had all the good moves. He looked great against UCLA.
Yeah.
They just didn't have it. I wish they could have done it.
Yeah. I mean, I enjoyed seeing the Bears, the Baylor Bears do their thing, continue to do their thing.
Did anybody watch the women's?
And
I did. Arizona lost to Stanford. Arizona beat UConn.
Yep.
In Final Four. I was going to talk about them.
I have my actually. Hold on 1 second.
No, that's a good one. Because they had a good one, but they're also comparable to the Gonzaga and Baylor game.
Yeah.
Arizona.
What about UCLA?
Arizona had to beat UConn. UConn is historically the best women's basketball team there is.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
They had a tough game. They got through it. They won.
Mm-hmm.
I think
they won against Stanford. Gonzaga struggled, went to extra time. First time they've been pressured all year, I would say.
So Liz is coming back with her Arizona Wildcats.
They just fell apart. Yeah.
If you guys are watching at home, I think we're the only ones watching on YouTube.
Way to come in second place, Arizona Wildcats.
Yeah, but women's they're not that good.
They were pretty good. They beat UConn Huskies, which is pretty.
Yeah,
impressive.
I'm talking about past.
Yeah.
Men's were the best ones.
You guys ever get paired up in a court game
Olsen
against a girl that's really good? Todd, you ever?
Luke Walton.
I thought it was Lute Olson.
You guys ever been court?
No, it's Lute Olson.
On the court, and you get paired up opposite a really good female basketball player that is challenging you, blocking shots, scoring on you. Has that ever happened to any of you?
You know that I have.
No.
Yes. I can even remember her name.
It's happened playing soccer, but basketball, no. I haven't run into that before.
Olson.
I was talking.
When I played in Brooklyn, used to ride my bicycle down to Fort Greene courts and play. Not just there, also in Orlando at the YMCA a couple times. Some of these like younger collegiate athletes would be training there, and they would just show up and play. I mean, I played with Nick Anderson, Jeff Turner, one of the greatest players of all time for the Magic. That's a little bit of my Magic humor.
For me,
without Danny's drums, it doesn't really.
He might be. No, but here's the thing, though.
Orlando Magic.
Nick Anderson.
Orlando Magic.
Danny, we miss you.
Jeff Turner, you have to give him credit for that season where we did not have a center, and he was 6'9" from I think he was from Vanderbilt.
Yeah.
6'9", power forward from Vanderbilt, and he had to play power forward and center for an entire season because all their centers were out. And he's the color commentator for the games now, so he's got his place in the history.
Let's stay with it here. But
1 second, what I was going to say is I remember being in youth ball, like Police Athletic League and growing up. There was a girl named Alyssa Jenkins who played in our league.
Any relation to Leroy Jenkins?
No. Played in our league.
You guys know who Leroy Jenkins is.
She played in
the lawyer.
The first season we played together, she played on my team.
YouTube video. Jesus.
First season she played on my team.
Come on.
Every season after that, she played on the other team, and oh my God, she schooled the shit out of me constantly, and it was so infuriating because we were friends.
What was her name?
Alyssa Jenkins was her name. We were friends.
Did you know her, Todd?
On the basketball court,
Vicky Johnson.
On the basketball court, she totally punked me out every time she had a chance to.
Vicky had legs like an ostrich. This chick could just stretch out on anybody. It didn't matter who you were. This chick could just burn through you through high school.
Damn.
If you could ever run close to her, that chick can run.
I've got drunk with Diana Taurasi.
Surprise! Surprise! How big are her hands? She got big hands.
She's big.
Yeah,
she's tall.
Damn.
Her, I think they're married now, but her fiance lived in Seattle when she played for Phoenix. Was it Mercury?
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
I have no idea.
We got drunk.
You got anything else for us, Todd?
Yeah, I do got one last one. We're going to stay on the same subject. We have natural born winners, mostly because of their 3-point shooting. Baylor's awesome. I mean, they really showed it up. They've been 54-6 over the last 2 seasons. Mm-hmm. Their bigs proved to be way bigger than we thought Gonzaga was. Gonzaga, when we saw that game start off, Gonzaga was so much smaller than Baylor, and I don't think anybody realized that. I didn't realize that.
That was my whole reason.
And those dudes were just
going to Baylor.
Solid.
They have a movement.
They were solid. Mitchell, probably the best first step in college. Mm-hmm. I mean, he can collapse any defense. Teague was lethal at 3-point in that game.
He was.
And the last 2 games.
It was heartbreaking because I was rooting for Gonzaga, and that guy just kept dropping those threes.
No, you couldn't catch up on
from
them.
anywhere.
Yeah, they went like 8 for 10 or 8 for 11.
Like a loose ball, he grabs it, 3-pointer.
Isn't it how crazy? Isn't it crazy how much
that
Steph Curry has changed the game? Because if you think about it, when we were growing up and you watch these guys,
I know, but we're
Kenny
talking
Anderson,
about. But this didn't change the game. This went back to old school basketball that got them into this because earlier in the series, but when they came into the tournament to start, they struggled at distance shooting and they went to old school basketball. It wasn't until the last 2 since.
Okay, that's nothing to do with the point I was making.
It does.
Nothing to do with the point I was making.
Yeah.
When we were growing up watching, would you see a guy shoot a ball from the timeout line?
I know, but I still
no, that didn't happen. Steph Curry, all of a sudden, like literally will shoot wherever he's open.
Yeah.
Inside the half court line, if he's open, he shoots.
Yeah.
And when you see this guy from Baylor,
Larry Bird did that too,
but not like this. No, Larry Bird was a set shot shooter.
Larry Bird shot it from behind the back.
You're talking about a common shot now in NCAA.
But Steph Curry,
they shoot
Steph Curry
from everywhere.
Steph Curry did it with a style that was unbelievable.
I think what Dirk is trying to say is that Steph Curry really has played a part in all of the shooting that's going on with these young players.
It is, yeah.
There's more 3-point shots.
They're trying to get more distance.
I'll go as deep into
lot more than what we.
I'll go as deep into film as you want. You've never seen Larry.
2-point.
You've never seen Larry Bird shoot like casually and multiple times a game from 10 feet behind the 3-point arc because that's where he's open. And Steph Curry literally,
Reggie do it.
He literally grabs.
But there were other great shooters before that. McAmere from
lots
Syracuse.
of people did that. But I mean, the kid's. I'm not saying he's not, but you're gonna look. You're gonna find Michael Jordan. You're gonna find many players.
Way off subject because this is about Baylor winning the championship.
Hornacek would shoot from anywhere.
Yeah, but this has become the norm.
Yeah, but not as deep.
It's
populated.
A one time or a
far between
forced situation
TV,
versus like this is
TV's
common now.
Bigger, able to see.
Yeah. I'll hold the ball for the next 5 seconds.
Evolving. Sports is evolving.
Yeah.
This is wonderful. But Baylor won. They look good.
They did, yeah.
I mean, they look like they'll probably be back. I mean, if you're a senior and you got an extra year eligibility,
sure.
Why not come back, do it again?
They clog up the middle.
They do have Mitchell on the team. His brother's
made it hard for Gonzaga to do their thing.
Why wouldn't you enter the draft, the NBA draft?
Depends what your value is. I mean, if you're needed, if you're looked at position,
that's what.
I mean, if you still need to develop, if you don't have all the attributes, you need to have all that shit there to be.
I feel right when that comes to like these young guys, they jump right into the draft.
That's because
like
they see
basketball, football.
Well, they see their peak performance young. They can see these guys.
I guess Trevor Lawrence did.
They can see these guys early, like LeBron. They saw them early. They're like,
he didn't even go to college.
Yeah, don't even let him go to college.
That's why they put that rule in. You have to go to college, or you have to go 1 year of college before you can enter the. No, it was because of LeBron. It was
John Cena.
He was the last one to do it.
But still, it's good.
John Cena wore LeBron James' high school jersey on Monday Night Raw as the champion before LeBron James was even declared for the draft. Like, that's how much people knew who this guy was before the draft. Yeah. Like, that was a totally different situation. Yeah, totally different, like, time now. Yeah.
Anyhow, well, let's go to break. We're going to come back with some wings, maybe some more beer.
Absolutely.
Maybe Markier will treat us to a lefty. Who knows? Let's see what goes on.
I got a lefty for you, Todd.
Don't throw your shoulder out.
That's my righty.
You're listening to Ball Busters. You're listening to Ball Busters.
right, guys, welcome back to Ball Busters. I'm staring at 2 glazed wings cooked by the one and only Liz Taylor. Sauce is made by Danny Feedback. We got Holland Dazed and Confused, and we got Pina Colada Hada staring at us in the face. We're going to pair these up tonight with Almanac Brewing Company's Follow the Capricorn Sour Ale, and this is going to be with plums, apricots. Liz is going to read the rest of that one because she's so interested. She just took it from me. Cherries.
Nectarines, cherries, blackberries, vanilla, and dry hopped with mosaic.
Right on. Sounds fantastic. And then we're moving on. We're going to do the blueberry pint cake.
Yeah, we got a blueberry pint cake here. It says pint cake, blueberry muffin, sour ale, new image. With almond flour, blueberry, lemon, and lactose.
Cool. New Images, the brewery.
You can read that?
He can read.
Liz was like one of a thing to see that fine writing there.
I went to school.
Reading?
I can read, but I just can't
reading was
read
taught
those.
in the north, Todd.
Kinda-
Where he's from. Jesus. I know we didn't learn it down here, but we're trying to figure it out. So we got Wing Night here from Magnifying Brewing Company. Liz will tell us about that one in a minute. Let's dig into this almanac. We got our producer, the Mushroom Princess, Dirt McCoy. Where is he? He's a Capricorn. Mark here, the
He's
Bad
out there-
Habit.
He's taking care of some security issues right now. He's also
We got too many fans out there.
Here he's back. There he is.
There's a parking problem out front.
Yes,
He's
is our fans clogging up the yard again?
What's that?
Our fans clogging up the yard again?
I don't know what you're talking about.
When you
way
just
to play
left,
it.
you had to
Thanks, Dirt.
get all the people away.
Oh, yeah.
So Mark here, the Bad Habit, enjoying this almanac beer with us. He's also a Capricorn tonight. Hope we don't have more than 3 on any one podcast, but it's a tribute to us. Because,
Go Capricorn.
we need
go.
some love, too, even though we're assholes.
Thank you, sir.
Aye.
I'm speaking only of Dirt there. And Markier, I guess. I don't know. Markier and I haven't known each other long enough. We've been pretty good buds. We haven't been through anything tough.
It's almost 2 years now.
2 years we've been buds. Met watching Diaz and Masvidal battle. I changed my bet. I had my money on Masvidal because pretty sure he was going to I was worried about Diaz in that fight, and it came. But then he's like, no, we're Diaz. And I'm like, all right, I just met a cool dude. I just met somebody at the bar randomly to watch the UFC with. And I'm going to switch my bet. Emotion's never smart for betting, but we became friends that night. But anyway, so this is the...
Sometimes you run into somebody who knows more than you. He did that night.
No, Diaz lost.
Oh, he talked him into a bad bet.
Mm-mm.
Oh, man.
He didn't talk me into it. He was just such a Diaz fan. He inspired me to bet on Diaz.
He talked you into it.
Yeah, in a way, and from a betting standpoint, yeah.
I mean, in my defense, it's Diaz coming off of McGregor win.
Yeah.
What is this first beer?
Anyway.
So this is, thanks, Dirt. This is Almanac Beer Co. And it's called Follow the Capricorn. It's a sour ale. It's dry hop with mosaic. It's got cherries, nectarines, apricots, plums.
It's really good.
No, you can taste the sour. Like that's the reason why I
dude.
perked up. And I was like, that's good. Yeah.
So let's pair it up with the
little ram on the front there.
let's pair it up with the Pina Colada Hada.
Which one is that?
The one with the chunks.
It'll be the darker or the brighter
The
one.
darker one. Not the creamier one, but the darker one.
Oh, Pina Colada Hada is the darker one? Oh, yeah. Okay.
Guess wrong, Brando.
I got my own wing segment wrong.
That's all right.
All right, guys. Some of our fans have reached out to me and told me that they're grossed out by us eating in the microphone. And for that, fans that don't like that, we're sorry. Wings are delicious. If you might want to put some earplugs in for just a minute, but this beer from Almanac Brewing Company is very nice.
It's good.
How does Maggie like in the wing sauce? Did you just give your dog hot wing sauce? You might not like that later.
I gave her the bottom skin. I don't think any hot sauce got to it. But anyways, Maggie's like, she's Cajun. She's down for that. She likes spicy
Did
fish.
you find her in the streets of Louisiana? While you were on vacation or something like that? That's how you usually get your dogs, isn't it?
That was a roommate just showed up with this joker coming back from Tennessee.
They pair
so-
well together,
Yeah.
What's the sauce name again? It's got a
Pina Colada Hada.
Okay, yeah, it's a mild little kick. It's good. Very good.
Comes around a lot. I like it.
And I'm enjoying this This almanac.
Yeah. They make a lot of cool beers, guys. You want to check out Almanac Brewing Company? We're out and about. Total Wine, Regency Wine and Liquor, ABC Liquors.
What do they come in? 4-packs?
4-packs.
What do they go for?
Oh, you're going to pay $20-$25. This was a $9 can. That's what I was saying earlier. You guys don't really deserve this. You're entry level podcasters, but I'm taking care of you guys. You know what I'm saying?
That's like the comment though, because I remember when we first started talking about your beers, your sours. Now I would go to the store and I was like, it's a 4-pack, and it's like $20. I'm like, that was it was
I better
a surprise
get drunk.
to me. No, and they're worth. I mean, they're good beers. I mean, yeah, they're good beers. But yeah, that's like a common thing, right? If you buy a 4-pack's going to be a 4-pack of good craft beer is going to be at least $20.
Well, you can make it cheaper, and you can make it with on a larger scale, save money on economics in that department,
Right.
and also land capital going into the brewery, efficiency of your brewing equipment. There's a lot of things that affect how much you can produce and how much you can charge.
Right.
That's why volume brewing. But from a quality standpoint, it's the same as wine. A $20 4-pack is going to be good, generally speaking, in this current industry. There's good control on it. People,
Right.
And by control, I mean consumer.
Right.
Consumer will pay for something that good, but if they're used to getting something at a volume, or like Sierra Nevada, those are still your even still Founders is out in a local Tampa Bay Brewing Company, Cigar City, and there's a lot of new big names in that game. What are some of your favorite breweries, Todd?
I really
Miller?
don't care about them. I just like that if I'm going to pay premium dollar for something, and usually you pay premium for a 4-pack, you're paying that, but you're usually going to get the same effect as drinking most of a 12-pack out of those 4 beers, which I do enjoy. I mean, that's one of my biggest turn-ons to Guinness.
Mm-hmm.
So drink one drinking. Guinness, I'm running, right?
Yeah.
It's like
I drink 2 Guinnesses.
It's like drinking grapefruit.
This ain't no hill no more.
Grapefruit beer.
Right.
This one?
Yeah, it tastes like grapefruit to me.
Yeah. The wing sauce is like sweet, and then you have the sweet effect with the beer, and then it's kind of spicy. Like it all kind of, I like it.
Yeah,
it blends very well.
I'm like the poster child of like sessionability, and the reason I say that is because I like sour beers. I'm a big fan of sour beers, but I don't drink sour beers all that often because I might want to drink like 12 beers today, like while I'm working on something. And if I'm drinking something that's craft, I can't do that because those beers are going to put me like dead to nuts by 5 o'clock. I'm done. You know what I mean? But if you're talking about having like 2 double cheeseburgers from McDonald's or having a filet mignon from Ruth Chris, that's 2 totally different things, and that's what these beers are. It's like that's the difference,
from
you know.
Cheesecake Factory last night.
Right.
That's a good.
What'd you have?
I had a filet mignon from Cheesecake Factory last
Really?
night.
Was it good?
Oh yeah.
Yeah, it was pretty good. Actually,
You go there a lot?
well, Tawana's oldest daughter turned 16 yesterday. She wanted Cheesecake Factory, so that's where we went.
Makes sense.
And I ordered the filet mignon. I didn't eat it all. Took it home and made some steak and eggs this morning.
I do that every time.
I don't like cheesecake.
I
That's
go
probably
out-
the worst.
I go out somewhere nice.
They don't
to
specialize
eat.
in anything but cheesecake.
I go out somewhere nice to eat.
16-year-old.
I
Right.
save
I know, I
some
get- I
meat
feel
for
it.
an extra snack to make me remember I was back in that. I like that. I like a leftover meal from any place, especially buying something bigger portion.
Yeah,
Hibachi.
you've lived on your own leftover.
Always
portion.
get leftovers.
Kobe's. Whew.
Funny that you should mention that. So a name you probably won't know, but Tina Majorino is an actress that Heather's a big fan of. And she was the girl that played Deb in Napoleon Dynamite, the one with the side ponytail and everything,
my
you know.
God.
And so she's on Instagram, and so Heather Messenger, and she's got a podcast with her brother. Her brother is the sound engineer for Foo Fighters, and they do a podcast called No Pressure Podcast. And she was talking about on there how it's like when you're like sitting at your house, and she's like, I had to take my DoorDash app and move it to a folder that was on the second page. She goes, because every time I would open up to look at my email, I'd see that DoorDash app there, and they were like, and her exact words were, yeah, you know you want to order, you piece of shit. open this app. Come on, order a bunch of food here. You know you want to do it because that's what DoorDash. That's the thing when you're talking about ordering. You order a bunch of food. You order like 3 meals from DoorDash, and then you eat one, and then you put 2 in your fridge.
I
and
never
then the
talked
next
about
2 days,
DoorDash.
the next 2 days, you're talking about leftovers.
Well, I
the
was
next
talking
2
about going
days,
to a nice restaurant and making sure that I ordered more than I could eat, so I could take leftovers home and enjoy them later.
Okay,
So
we're good.
yeah,
Well, thanks for the clarification, Todd.
I know. I don't know. I'm sorry.
All right, yeah.
Sorry. What are we? What else are we drinking?
I think our fans were hanging on the edge of their seat for that clarification, and I'm glad you gave it to them. What do you got over there?
I don't know. Are we drinking
I got
anything?
some pint cake blueberry
you're
muffin.
serving.
You guys ready to try this one?
Yeah.
Want it in a new glass or?
No, same glass.
All right. Oh, so it's got a little pink to the hue here.
Mm-hmm.
It's pretty ruby.
Yeah, it is a ruby purple. It started out kind of a light when it was. Now it's like a deep colored purple. This is the pint cake from, was it New Image Brewing Company? All right, thanks.
You want one more now?
Whatever the amount is, yeah. So this is a blueberry and other ingredient sour ale.
All right.
I'm excited about this one.
Cheers. Smells good. Smells black cherry-ish.
Mm-hmm.
I'm doing
Oh, that's good.
My Simignon.
Almost tastes like a nice sour,
Like a wine.
a nice sour grape juice. I was just gonna say grape juice, like a Welch's grape juice, but alcoholic.
What's the other wing
Kind of
sauce
does
we
taste
got,
like
though?
a wine.
Yeah, it is. It's pretty. That's delicious.
Do communion with that?
Yeah.
Even
The
sits
other
on your
one
tongue like that,
is
too.
hollandaise
What's the ABV on that?
Hollandaise and confused.
Oh yeah.
and confused.
Had it before. It was pretty good.
So I would think the blueberry would go better with the hollandaise because hollandaise is like a breakfast glaze primarily, and you got blueberry pancakes. This is kind of like blueberry pancakes, blueberry pancake. Boom.
That is blue. I mean, that is pretty much.
That's how you would pair that up.
Blueberry muffin. Yeah.
Something good to add into your pancake batter for sure.
Goes with the breakfast. Pina colada would go better with this Capricorn.
And it's got a sweet sour thing going on there.
Yeah.
You know, it hits you real sweet and then sour immediately.
Sour Patch Kids.
Nice, yeah.
First they're sweet, then they're sour.
Oh yeah. There's definitely some Sour Patch Kid going on there.
Yeah, that's interesting. It's
I
good.
was never a big fan of that. Of
All
Sour
right,
Patch.
guys. So the seventh inning stretch beer for tonight, and it doesn't mean everybody's got to rush their sour. I just want to talk about it. It's from Magnifying Brewing Company. This is in honor of Danny, the wingman. Feedback, Danny, because he's out tonight. We don't know. Is he in North Carolina again doing movies?
He's had a party to go to or something.
Okay.
Former engagement.
Okay. All right. But this is called Wing Night, and that's one of Danny's favorite things. He normally cooks our wings tonight, and I don't think Danny's going to mind me saying this, but Liz, I think you've outdone your hubby on these wings. They're crispier, they're hotter all the way through.
That's called bullshit.
Todd disagrees.
I miss Danny. Come
All
back
right.
with your wings, baby.
All right, Todd, settle down.
Sorry, Liz.
Get your hands out of your pants.
I helped cook these wings. I'm not so excited about it.
You stood in the kitchen and looked really confused. If in some way you helped.
That helps with the crispiness. The confusion. The more confused he was.
Let me ask you, did the chicken just magically show up on your table here, or did I walk it over here?
I carried my own chicken because
You're the server.
I was watching you traipse across
I'm
the
good
room.
with that. I'm a terrible chef.
Yeah, so seventh inning stretch beer is brought to you by Wing Night beer from Magnify Brewing Company,
It tastes like.
made in New Jersey.
I like the little wings on the can, but it definitely makes me curious.
Yeah, it's
It
got
reminds me of candy corn.
the black and orange color. Yeah, then the way the orange font is on the orange color on the font.
I forgot how much more spicier Dazed and Confused is, or could be, compared to the last one. It's got way more of a kick. It's still very delicious.
Yeah.
lingers with
If you had this one first, and you wouldn't be able to taste the pina colada. You know what I mean?
That's what I did.
Yeah,
It'd be
for
like
sure.
over
Yeah,
powering.
For sure. That's
I did it backwards.
that's another.
No, you did it right.
No, I ate the hollandaise first.
Oh, did you?
Yeah.
Oh
I
yeah.
bit right into it and thought it was the pina colada because it had a more lighter color, like a pina colada drink would look. But the pina colada was the more tangerine color.
Yeah, that's definitely important. We had that experience with Tawana's empanadas, having the
salmon.
the best one last, but we didn't know, you know.
That's
It
why I
just
was
so
excited
happened.
you were coming. I thought she was going to be cooking for us. I'm like, yeah.
We didn't know, you know.
That's all right.
Had I known sooner, I could have whispered in the ear, made something happen.
I should have
But
called you earlier.
This was a
and
real
talked to you,
busy
too.
week
That's
for
my
her.
fault as
She's
well.
been
Same here.
moving. She's packing stuff up.
Yeah.
She's
I
fucking
don't expect her to
stressed out,
stop
man.
and make empanadas.
She fucking stressed. I mean,
That's right.
But
she, you know.
I miss those. Did you guys have hot sauce with them?
No, she just put her own sass.
No, there wasn't any.
Was
sauce.
Danny out on that show too? Was
Yeah.
Danny-
Yeah,
No, he was
Danny,
here.
Danny was here.
Yeah. No,
It was
no.
Minnie,
Danny was
right?
here.
Or-
Yeah, Minnie was here.
Okay.
So
Yeah, I think that was the week Danny and I were both out. It was his last week in North Carolina, and I
And
was
Tawana actually sat in.
Tawana
That's
sat
true.
I was out too.
Wow.
Jiminy Crickets.
Yeah, that was the one. That was the time Todd was the sole ball buster.
That was the episode called Todd's Big Three. It was
Okay.
him and Minnie and Markier.
You could call his rim job he got tonight and on Lizz quiz same thing.
Sometimes you're just good. I mean, I don't know what.
Sometimes
I'll
you are
say. I
Todd.
like this blueberry. This
Yeah.
pint cake has got me going. Can I have
Wow.
some more of that?
That's pretty good.
It is good.
That is like something I can drink with while I eat my eggs and bacon in the morning.
hmm I think you say that every fruited sour.
Well, in
it
the
reminds
morning,
you
yeah.
of morning, and they're good in
I'd
the
like
morning.
to get going. I mean,
What is that, like
this,
7% though?
this tarts me out. I like it. Gets my tongue going.
Yeah, I think so. I think it's at least 7%.
7.25.
Yeah.
Damn.
So I could do at least 2 cans before I got to work. That'd be cool.
That's how you operate.
Quarter of the way to 8, baby. All right, we're doing math jokes now, guys.
Those 2 cans would be way under what Todd would do by like
First of-
3-4 o'clock anyway. So.
First of all, I don't drink first thing in the morning, unless
First
I'm
of
in
all, that's a lie.
a tropical paradise.
Or out of toothpaste.
True story. It's happened.
Or
Sometimes you get-
hungover.
Or you don't have a mask.
Hey, well, sometimes it just calls for it. I mean,
Safety.
but I don't do that all the time.
Safety
I don't
first.
go to work.
Safety first, you
I don't booze at least till 11:30.
Or if the sun's up.
True stories. No, I'm not.
on the beach, early morning, beer.
You guys just got me on a
Sunrise.
Friday, which is a drinking day.
You blend in with the water. But for better or for worse, maybe a manatee bumps you. Liz, what happened to you this
Which
weekend?
I saw you were stalked by a manatee this week, were you not?
Not me.
Whoa.
I was.
What was her name?
Those are Liz.
I was.
Oh yeah, I like that.
We were
I like being
kayaking
stalked.
in Manatee Bay, which connects to Rainbow River,
Yeah.
correct?
Yep.
And I didn't I know what a manatee is, but I didn't realize how big it was until we were sitting still. We were chugging a Truly, and we felt like a push. So I'm like, I'm thinking it's a gator, and I turn around and it's this big, it's probably 400 pounds. It was huge. It was long. It was huge. It was spotted. It was crazy.
Wow. You mean Carrot? He was looking for food.
And you almost
I was so.
you almost
afraid.
ran into him, didn't you?
No,
You were-
no, he ran. It ran into us. It pushed
Jeez.
us, and then it
Wow.
followed us.
Friendly.
So then I was freaking out. I'm like, it's gonna tip us over. It's gonna tip us over. So I started kayaking, and it just followed us.
Did it say
So-
Trump?
Yeah,
Like-
they've been.
Did it say
And
Trump
then
on
when
the
I
side?
get out of the water, they were like, oh, they're just really gentle, curious animals. They don't even have teeth except for 2 back fangs,
Yeah.
I guess,
They,
or
they
back.
have buck teeth, kind of like
Molars,
Todd's.
yeah,
They
yeah.
have teeth kind of like Todd's teeth. Show us your teeth for the fans that are watching.
At least I have teeth. Brando, you couldn't even show your teeth.
Dude, I might have perfect teeth with no cavities. But look at Todd and look at him. Somebody pull up an image of a manatee smiling, and then Todd, smile for us once again.
Not
That-
gonna see a manatee.
That's what a manatee's teeth look like.
I'm not kidding you. I'm not kidding you.
well,
So they
if
do
you're
have
ever
teeth?
in question, just look over here to the guy in the Roy Fritz shirt on, and that's
might
what
be,
an asshole looks like.
He might be an evolutionary link to manatees.
No, I'm not a manatee.
We don't know that. We don't know that you're not, Todd. How do you know what your lineage is?
Because I don't think we've ever met in the river, have we? Have you ever seen me in a river?
Well,
We're talking about your ancestors, not you. This is historical shit, dude. Look, your
So
mom
are-
and dad were not a manatee. That's a guarantee.
They were probably Neanderthals.
seen you in the ocean.
Killing me.
So here we go with
They thought that manatees were mermaids back in the day.
Wing Night. If Liz likes this, it doesn't have Cascade
That's where
or
it came from.
Simcoe in it due to her hop intolerance to those hops. For the rest of our fans, I don't know their hop proclivities.
Is it the color of wings?
I just know that, as we drink more of these hazy IPAs, we learn about, what it is to drink a hazy IPA. At this point, almost every episode I've got a hazy IPA on. At this point,
I love those.
and you're
Those in New
enjoying
England,
most
yeah.
all of them, yeah. The New
Like
England style.
citrusy.
Yeah, super citrusy. Our Dirt describes them as a mimosa with a little bit of vodka in it while he's having mustard.
Ooh, that's hoppy though.
No,
That's
I actually
terrible
described it.
sounding.
I said it was like a mimosa with a little bit of IPA in it. That's what it tastes like to me.
Well, we can play that back.
Yeah.
During arbitration, but
Yeah, we can do that.
yeah, we'll run that back on an ice cream day.
That one is a palate hitter, though.
Yeah, that's hoppy.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah.
It's. What do you think of it, Markier?
I just smelled it. It's soury. Smell it.
It is oddly there's a little tangerine that goes almost sour. It's
Well,
so
I
tangerine.
again smell the grapefruit. I
Yeah.
smell
Oh yeah.
grapefruit.
hmm
So let's see.
Been doing homework, studying up on these brews.
No, I've just.
What do you think of
My
this one,
sense of
Dirt?
smell.
This one's hoppy. This
wow,
one's
that one is
There's just a
strong.
lot
Is that what
going-
that
this is
last
pretty
little-
banging on a hop
Just a
level.
hopper there.
I mean,
Yeah.
as far as an IPA goes, like this is not like above the. This isn't above my threshold. Like,
It's got a bitter ending.
yeah, but
Yeah.
Hoppy.
I mean,
bitter hoppy.
Is that what that is?
It's also got
It's just
lactose in it.
did no one at this
Like-
table take Robitussin when they were a kid? Like that tasted terrible. This is way better than that. Like,
I don't. Well, I would. Well, how are you
Better than
comparing
Robitussin.
those two? Oh my!
This is
God.
canned in
so
Fairfield.
it's
I'm
not,
just saying,
it's not
like-
terrible, but, it's a little bit of.
But I
no,
immediately went to
terrible.
why?
I'm just
why
saying
did
when
you
we-
need Robitussin for?
I'm
as a
just
child,
saying when
sir?
we were kids,
Yeah, his
when we were
mom gave him
kids,
Robitussin.
when we were kids,
Look at him.
we drank terrible things. But this is not like anywhere. So whenever someone says, "Oh, that's too bitter," I'm like, really? That's too bitter? Like,
Yeah.
There is
plenty
some
of bitter
stuff.
things
There's
you've
some
tasted in
stuff.
your life.
So this shit tap dances on the back of your tongue.
Yeah, it does.
Is that the blue cheese part of it?
It's a pretty hard tap dance too.
It reminds me of a Halloween beer. I'm
So am I
sorry.
so- I
It's
mean-
because the colors
And the way it's written. Look at.
Pumpkin.
and the way it's written.
Look the way it's written.
Yeah,
Is that not Halloween?
Spooky.
Yeah.
Spooky. Yeah.
But it's,
I agree
I
with
guess that's
that.
the icing or blue cheese. What?
But why would they put it like green
If you're an
and
asshole.
orange and black? Like that's Halloween colors.
It's a seasonal beer.
And it's-
No.
it's-
That kind of
it's-
seems like
No.
you described it as
No,
that.
it's not a
but
Halloween
that
beer,
doesn't
guys.
look kind
It
of-
looks like it though.
That is
So it's got
It's kind of
celery
spicy too. It seems
also.
like, right?
Shit.
on the not in the beer, but on the label.
That
Beer
is
is pretty good, though.
an acquired taste there.
It's an intense. I'd say let's see the IBUs,
It's
but
something I would not
I
chug.
guess Liz is giving it up. I'm gonna guess right now, guys, that there's Cascade in this IPA. So let's find that
Let's
out
drop.
because
What's your
that's her.
favorite
Do you
tonight?
see how
We
she
know
just
what the
dumped the
least
rest?
favorite
She
is.
doesn't dump beer out unless it's got that hop in it or Simcoe maybe. one of
Liz
the
out of the
Maybe she has another beer.
sensitivities.
I don't like that
to
one.
blueberry
different
muffin.
hops.
I like
and
that
the
one.
Almanac. What's your
Actually, I like
favorite?
that one better than that. That one's more sour.
I like
the,
that one.
The Almanac was pleasant.
Capricorn one. Yeah.
I
Capricorn
like
was
that. I
pleasant.
like the pink cake.
They were all good though. Even this is great. I mean, we're just
I like both of these.
all right. It's cuts. It's 8% too. This
Ooh.
wing night. So some of that burn you're getting is alcohol burn.
That's something I would spend on that, and
Not just
know,
hops.
I'll drink one after
Yeah.
work
Yeah.
That'd be
One.
cool.
Yeah, great.
with dinner. Something.
8. Yeah, you're
Sure,
you're-
whatever Tawana makes is gonna be
Mhm.
complimented by.
Sure. Yeah, citrus goes with
I can
almost
see
everything.
myself doing, and I'm not a. I drink Hennessy. I don't drink anything else.
Mhm.
But that's a one and done.
That's like getting the Todd's whiskey.
Yeah,
I
you
think.
can't.
Right.
You can't
How
drink
much?
a lot of them.
No.
This?
That one I
Jack
got,
treats you right. All right.
Yeah. Depends on the night. But
Well,
Right.
We've had some proper 12.
I won't
here.
let you. Yeah, see?
I
Yeah.
don't know how much Jack I've drank with you guys, though. Not much.
You had, we had some Gentleman's Shack that one day,
We'll do-
proper 12,
Yeah.
and then that terrible peanut butter one.
let's get our proper 12 to soon because that fight.
Was not terrible to me.
I
but
thought it was bad. It just didn't work at the
I'm
end
just
of that. So,
Yeah.
When that fight gets announced, proper 12 is going to be a limit. Is going to be out of stock. So we should get our bottle and our hot sauce soon for supply run. You know what I mean? So we can do like Poirier hot sauce challenges.
proper
and
hot sauce.
We can do Poirier hot sauce challenges and regularly between rounds,
This shit
and
tastes
we'll do
crazy. I'm gonna drink it though.
proper 12s challenges.
I don't know if you guys saw this,
Yeah.
but this was
Oh,
just
Liz
something that
hates
came out
whiskey.
with Forbes.
No, I was talking to him. Like,
Something that just came out in Forbes this week, and they were talking about the most or the highest net worth of what they considered to be A-list celebrities, right?
Mm-hmm.
So now A-list celebrities do not include people like Oprah and Jeff Bezos and people like that, right?
Mm-hmm.
the obvious billionaires.
Right, the billionaire ones. We're talking about like the George Clooney's and those people.
The
of
Tom
world.
Cruises.
Right.
Yeah.
And so out of the top 10, the first 7 were also people who owned alcohol companies, who bought an alcohol brand.
It's a good investment. It's a good investment.
You guys
I
want
see
to
it. Of
invest
course
to
it is.
Ballbusters Brewing Company?
Yeah.
The one
good.
big one that
BBBC.
That's a little disturbing.
No. Hold on.
Yeah.
We're not talking about beer brew. We're talking about like spirits, like with Colin McGregor with Proper 12. So
Yeah.
the biggest one that stuck out to me was that Ryan Reynolds with his Aviator Gin.
That shit killed it.
He
Yeah.
bought that company for $3.2 million, and he sold it 19 months later for like, was it like $790 million?
That's not
Yeah.
my.
Yeah.
Who was this?
Ryan Reynolds.
He's marketable.
Yeah.
Was he the one in the Notebook?
No, he was Deadpool.
Yeah.
Okay.
That guy.
The
The one,
proposal.
the one that's
Yes,
married.
yes.
I think, isn't he also married to Scarlett Johansson? No,
Green
he's married
Lantern.
to Blake Lively.
He turned
Blake
her
Lively.
down. He's
Yeah.
like, "He ain't
Green
good
Lantern.
enough."
Green Lantern. But no, Green Lantern. Did you see the last Deadpool movie?
Two
We're-
guys, a
Yeah.
girl, at a
The
pizza
very,
shop.
very
That's
end.
where it
The
started.
very, very end where Deadpool
Yeah.
learns that he
He
can go
recent-
back in time.
Yeah.
And so he goes back in time to where Ryan Reynolds is sitting at his desk reading the script for Green Lantern,
Yeah.
and he shoots him in the head.
Yeah.
Because that was a
So,
terrible movie.
He recently live tweeted while watching it for the first time.
Oh, really?
You should go back and read those tweets.
Oh, man.
they're interesting.
That's great.
It was funny.
It's always funny when actors can like go back and look at
Yeah.
like stuff they did that they're not proud of, and actually be like humble about it and tweet
Yeah.
like how
He did it
bad
like 3 weeks ago. So
That's
it's pretty
awesome.
recent.
That's awesome.
He made up for it in Deadpool.
I like all those movies. I think they're all.
My
Entertaining.
best friend. What was that?
I don't have
movie?
standards for
actor.
them.
He's-
I don't have standards for those movies.
Best friends or whatever
Friends-
with
not
him
Best
and
Friends Wedding.
with him and Anna Faris.
My best friend's wedding.
No, if they didn't get married. It was called Best Friends or something.
In the snow.
Yeah, that shit. Anna Faris. Oh,
A really nice
Two
Porsche he was
about
driving.
Just Friends.
Just
Friends.
Friends.
There we go, yeah.
See, I was close.
That,
Batting.
you weren't close at all. That was a funny ass.
I had
movie, though.
friends. That's 50%.
And hey,
Bro,
hey,
try not to knock your soccer beer off the
you know
table.
who Anna
And the
Faris?
equipment,
do that.
spaz.
I
So-
did that?
Anna Faris.
His hops are getting to his
Anna
head.
Faris was married to what's his name? Chris Pratt.
Chris Pratt.
Mhm.
Chris
No,
Pratt.
From
Chris Pratt is married to.
No, he was though. He w-
Schwarzenegger.
No, but he
actor.
Just stop.
he
Oh,
was
be
right.
careful,
He-
Todd.
that was his
Stop.
ex-wife.
Yeah,
Like this.
I
is
was
it.
making a statement.
Yes.
Wow.
Anna Faris was married to Chris Pratt. That's a fact.
Okay.
Yes.
And then Chris Pratt became Star-Lord
Right.
in
Guardians of the
Galaxy.
Right.
And then all of a sudden, they got divorced. And it's funny because when you look at him, like
Forget Parks and Rec.
when he was on Parks and Rec,
Right, yeah.
when he was on Parks
Probably
and
his
Rec,
bigger
and
accomplishment,
she's
but
Anna
not
Faris,
really, yeah.
she's hilarious. I love Anna Faris. I think
It's a
she's
tie.
great. But when she was just Anna Faris and he was just Chris Pratt on Parks and Rec, and then when he got ripped and did Jurassic Park and then became Star-Lord in Guardians of the Galaxy,
Yeah.
and then he was just kind of like, yeah, I've kind of outgrown
Yeah.
this relationship.
Yeah.
I think it was.
Anna
I think
Faris
that
is the
must
bigger
have
star,
stopped.
in my opinion. She's done SNL. She's done.
Her catalog is way bigger.
What was that movie?
And I'd rather
where
see
she
her
was like
naked any day of the week.
She would
but-
dress like the Playboy bunny.
The
Yeah.
bunny. It
Yeah.
was the neighborhood bunny.
The house bunny.
House bunny.
Yeah.
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 That chick was hot, man.
But yeah, I mean, look, Rachel Weisz is probably the most talented current modern actress. We're still talking about female actresses.
What is she in?
I have no idea who she is.
Dude, what hasn't she been in? Do you see Confidence
Welcome to
with
the
Ed
nightclub.
Burns?
No.
No,
where
never heard of it.
Where they play a team of scam artists, grifters.
No.
Oh man.
Dude, it's
that Netflix
it's what's
wedding
up.
chick.
Hey, Paul Giamatti.
What was that movie?
It takes you like 5 times to figure it out.
What is that movie I'm talking about? It's David Spade movie.
Oh.
was that movie?
Meet the Fockers?
The wrong Missy.
The Wrong Missy.
Oh, man.
The wrong Missy. Yeah,
That was funny as
fucking
shit.
hilarious.
And I'm not even into the.
Have you guys seen Bad Trip?
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah.
Eric Andre. I opened for Eric Andre.
Yeah.
Like 4 years ago at Will's Pub. Crack Rock Opera was the opening act for Eric Andre at Will's Pub.
That's
Yeah.
funny. I
It's
don't know
funny
who
as
that
shit.
is.
Eric Andre was on Tim Eric, awesome show, great job.
He's a
And then
Okay.
yeah, he's the star of Bad Trip.
It's
Yeah.
like
Oh, okay.
what's the dude, the gay dude who goes around, but it's like real life people. We just watched it.
Bruno.
It's like a Bruno, but like in a different perspective.
Yeah,
It's
or
like a
Borat.
Sacha
Tiffany
Baron.
Haddish is hilarious.
It's like a
in it.
Sacha Baron Cohen film, but with Eric Andre's friends, and they do it. And what
It
they
is
do
so
is
funny.
Lil
they
Rel.
create this whole storyline. Yeah, Lil Rel Howery is in it, and they're trying to do like this thing across the country,
Tiffany Haddish.
but they're involving
Oh, yeah.
people. It's fucking hysterical. This is the
She
one
was
where
ridiculous
was
in
it
that.
shattering out the window or and Tiffany Haddish is like she steals a
She's
cop
like
car.
in jail and she like
She's ridiculous.
And she's driving down the road in a cop car while all the doors are torn off of it, and she's wearing a
no,
prisoner
just
jumpsuit.
just the
The passenger
front
door.
Not
And they're catching that video of, or the driver door. They're catching that video of like people
Real
that
life
are on
people.
the road, like seeing
like,
this
"Wait,
car
what?"
drive past, like going, whoa, what the
It's like Bruno.
what the fuck?
Yeah.
Like there's a prisoner driving a cop car past me, and I guess I gotta call this in. Like, what do I do? Yeah,
They were probably going to
the
a baseball
prison,
game.
the dude working in the prison. The dude working in the prison. They're like, have you seen an escaped inmate? He's like, no. Like, and she like ran right past him.
yeah. She told
He
him,
like
she's
helped
yeah,
him, or
You
she
didn't
helped
see
him.
me. Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, man.
Anyways,
Wings were good.
Wings were awesome.
Beers were they were all over the place. So
They really were.
I like the blueberry. I'll take
I
take that cake.
I like the Capricorn.
Capricorn was awesome.
Yeah. I was only going to serve that for Markier, Dirt, and I because we're the only Capricorns. But
What
then
are you?
then-
No idea.
he doesn't know. He doesn't even know when he was born or
Goddamn
where.
Zebra.
Late
respect that.
August.
Yeah, he doesn't know where.
I respect that.
I'm on
His-
like the
That's some
Virgo,
man. That's
Leo
some
line.
man. That's some man shit.
Yeah, the people that
I
the people
respect
that
that,
found
Todd.
him said that they found him, and nobody apparently knew.
Fuck it, Todd. Doesn't
It was
matter.
kind of a
Oh,
Joe Dirt story.
Fuck the zodiac.
41 years and going, bro.
signs. He's a nodiac.
What's the what's the ABV on the Capricorn?
Yeah, 7.25.
7. Wow. Okay. It doesn't taste like 7.
Or wait, that was the pint cake
Oh
that was
I
7.
think that was the
shit.
pint.
Pie cake was the blueberry wine-ish.
No,
Blueberry
this
wine-ish. It
one
was good.
is
I like that one way best.
It was a grape juice to me.
7.2%.
But,
Oh, you
but
said
cakey,
there's four.
cakey
What's the
grape
other
juice.
three?
What was it? 7.4?
7.2.
7. So I was a half, whatever off. But yeah,
You could drink
so
it.
they're both 7.2.
That'd be tough.
The other one's 8. So we drank some pretty high. So everybody's got a little bit of a buzz, and that's
Oh, I'm buzzing.
heck yeah, you're buzzing. And that's 3 beers split 3 ways.
I can't even see your eyes.
That's from he worked hard. He was a lot outside
I mean,
today.
we've been eating. We ate a whole fucking bag of edibles.
Not yet.
Yeah.
Where are they at?
No, you not listen.
Yeah. All right, guys. That was a great episode. Thanks for coming out.
No problem.
Really great contributions tonight. Thanks to Owen. Bye, Danny. I'm so sorry that we miss you this week. We want to see you next week.
I haven't seen Danny in a few months. It'd be nice to see him.
Yeah, I
It's
hope.
been a while. Every time you're over here,
Yeah,
you ain't here.
I hope you get back in the
We'll
good
meet up.
graces.